All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making the plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ASAP in the morning. It is your boy Pride. I am joined by the biggest Clippers fan in all the land, Freddie. Freddie, how you feeling today, my boy? You good, Freddie? Good, Freddie?
I'm trying to talk to the person in the back. You know, I'm trying to see who you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about you, the biggest Clippers fan on God's Green. Yeah, I'm with you. How you feeling, Freddie?
I'm good. I'm a Laker fan to the day I die, and it's gonna always be that way.
I don't know about that one, Chief, but we got a packed show for y'all. The chairman of both the Seattle Seahawks and the Portland Trailblazers spewed out a very adorable statement. By far the funniest thing I think I've ever read in my entire life. We'll talk about that. And the Clippers, Freddie's team, what should we expect of them heading into the regular season? But before all of that, we're going to talk about the only Lakers fan I know around here is Frankie. He's the only one I know.
You know what? Y'all have a good rest of y'all day.
Come on, Freddie.
Pride, you better go solo dolo.
Freddie. I got him in his head. But Freddie, I want to put the floor to you because you said you had a lot you wanted to talk about. And the first thing you wanted to mention, or one of the first things, was Jeanie Buss. I don't know if you were there, but a few weeks ago, I said Jeanie Buss should at least consider selling the team. Because ever since her father, the great Dr. Buss, passed away, and, you know, she took over and all that stuff. And Freddie, this is not me trolling, and I think you would agree. Her tenure so far with the Lakers has been a disappointment. It's been filled with confusing steps taken. They've been trying to win championship when they should have been rebuilding, and then they're rebuilding when they should be winning championships. It's never been her controlling everything. You know, it's always been, yeah, I'm the face, but I'm going to ask 15 people their opinion, all this stuff. So, Freddie, is it time for Jeanie Buss to sell the Lakers?
It's time. And I love Jeanie Buss. You know, she's a wonderful person. Love what she represents. But let's not get it twisted. She has the name, but she's not her father. And why do I say that? Is because what I'm about to say is what I was told, I believe yesterday or Monday, by a person that have a little insight of the NBA, that this Kyrie Irving deal would have been done Monday, Sunday, but she's been refusing to include these draft picks. That's the reason why we seen her put out that tweet talking about how she missed Kobe Bryant, he the greatest Laker of all time, and she said all that. But my question, Jeanie, is it don't take a rocket scientist to know what to do in this position. I mean, you can call Magic, you can call Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you can call Byron Scott, Michael Cooper. It don't matter who you call. You can call me. We all know Russ isn't a fit. We all know Russ had his worst season last year. We all knew that Russ shot the ball horrible, turnovers, defense. We knew that. And we know that when you have a chance to get a player like Kyrie Irving, even with the problems that he have, and he do come with problems, but you should be willing to take a chance with that problem, because to me, that's your only get out of jail free card. Because Kyrie Irving, we don't question Kyrie Irving, the talent. We don't question the fit with Kyrie Irving because we know what he can do on a basketball court. But my problem is not willing to do whatever it takes to win. Are you really going to trip about 2 draft picks that's what 5 years down the road? That's what's holding you back from doing a deal like this, but you have to depend on others. You have to depend on a Phil Jackson in office, a Linda Rambis, a Kirk Rambis. I mean, what's the point of having Rob Pelinka? I mean, at this point, um, so there's just too many question marks, um, around her. And like I said, I like Jeannie Buss the person. I do like what she represents, but yeah, at this point, I'd rather have somebody that's going to come in here, um, that's not going to be is going to be willing to spend money, that's not afraid to take chances. And that's what we miss with Dr. Jerry Buss. And God rest his soul. There's not too many of them out there though. Not like Dr. Jerry Buss. He was different in his own way.
Yeah, and here's what I'll say about it. And Freddie, I think I said this, like, this is something she needs to consider because I've. It's okay if you don't know basketball. If you're an owner and you don't know, that's okay. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. It's fine. But you then go out and you need to get one person who knows what they're doing so they can be your advisor. So that way you have conversations with your advisor and go from there. If you want to have a group of 3 people, so be it. Once you're going 5, 6, 7, once you're asking people who is no longer on your payroll, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Either you don't believe on the people in your payroll, which means you need to get rid of them, or you don't want to listen to the people on your payroll, which you should still get rid of them. Regardless of, and my thing is, if Jeannie wants to keep if she doesn't want to sell, that's fine. In my opinion, she can go down that road. But if you're going to go down that road, you need to understand Magic don't work for you anymore. Stop asking him. Phil don't work for you anymore. Stop asking him. Kurt and Linda don't work for you. Stop asking them. Stop asking your friends advice to run a business. That's why you got Rob Pelinka. That's the reason you hired him. Because he's the one you're supposed to be talking to. Imagine this, Freddie, real quick. And I'm going to let you go. Freddie, you're muted. But real quick,
Well,
Freddie.
I disagree with you on that part. I don't have a problem with her asking those guys, but at the end of the day, because let's not get it twisted. Magic Johnson knows more basketball than a Rob Pelinka. He knows more basketball than her. So it's okay to let me get a second opinion. It's like I said, it's okay for her to get a LeBron James opinion. Hey, LeBron, what's your opinion on this? But you know what? At the end of the day, as an owner, you need to analyze. You need to think about what you want to do. Think about what the others say. But it is your job to make that decision. Whichever one thinks that you think is best. I don't have a problem with her asking, but at the end of the day, you still need to make the decision because you are.
I do. And I'm explaining to you why I do. I'm explaining to you. If my owner was asking people who's not on their payroll how to run your team, good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, but it's Magic Johnson we're talking about.
I don't care if it's Magic, Abracadabra, watch this, and disappearing that. I don't care what Johnson you talking about.
Right,
Is he on your payroll?
Absolutely right. You're right. But that's like her brother, dog.
No, and honestly, that's the problem. Jeannie has this problem where she gets overly attached to someone, and then when they leave, she doesn't want to let them go. And it's like, look, I get it. You like Magic. Magic is an all-time great, and I'm not going to knock him for it. He's not on your payroll. You got other people who you...
1980s.
And I get it. I understand that. But you gave Magic the job, and Magic quit on you. So that lets you know he don't want the job. He don't want it.
My thing is, it don't take. She said she missed Kobe Bryant, and these like it don't take Kobe to know that you need to move Russell Westbrook. I mean, you can ask anybody in the world, they will tell you you need to try to move heaven and hell to get this man off this roster. I mean, it don't take. I mean, come on, bro. Like that's why I say. That's why I say, don't get it twisted. She has the last name, but she's nothing like her father. If her father was alive, I guarantee you this deal would have been done this past weekend. I guarantee you that. Because
Oh yeah.
he,
Oh yeah. Dr. Bud would have had it jumping.
yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna be honest, if it was Dr. Buzz, they don't get Russ. Period. Let's just start with that. But
No, yeah, I agree.
you know what I mean. But here's my thing. If I'm and again, I am not a Lakers fan at all, right?
You
But
have to be in a
you said no. The only reason I tolerate them now is because of LeBron. Wherever LeBron goes, I tolerate that team. Period. He can go to Golden State and I'll tolerate them. And I hate Golden State with a passion. I hate them with a passion. Swear to God, I hope their first game of the year, it's an away game, and I hope something happens with the plane that they have to drive to Sacramento and there's traffic. That's what I want. I want them to be on time too. I want them to be on time, but I just want the hassle. I want them to be stuck in that traffic. Period.
Right.
That's how much
Who
I
do you
hate
hate?
them.
Where it's Boston? Who do you hate? Where it's Lakers or Golden State?
Who do I hate more?
Mhm.
As of right now, Golden State. Look, but I'm telling you right now, the instant LeBron leaves LA's a piece of shit.
Who would you hate worse
Wow.
But pre-LeBron, Lakers without shadow.
I'm talking about after LeBron. Who you gonna hate worse, Lakers or Golden
After
State?
LeBron leaves, it's going back to LA. 100%. As soon as LeBron leaves, LA piece of garbage. But I need someone to fill that void. And I hate Steph with a passion, so he's on Golden State, so I kind of have to have him in there. You know what I mean? But again, the type of hatred I have for Steph, I just need to clarify. I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. I hope he's healthy. I really do. You know what I mean?
I hate Golden State too because Golden State feel like they just a damn example of the NBA because they had one little wet moment in the NBA history and they feel like they just the it.
I mean, to be honest, I just hate Steph, and mostly it's his fans because every time Steph does one thing, they're like, "Oh my God, it's the greatest thing we've ever seen," and I'm like, "Look, he's the greatest shooter of all time." Outside of that, pump the brakes, simmer down. But I hate Steph. I really do. Hate him with a passion, and it's the type of hatred I have for him that I hope he goes in and he wants a fade, and I hope the barber gives him a bald fade just to inconvenience. That's it. I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. I hope that in high school he had a B+. Hope his daughter gets an A- in the same class with the same teacher, just so he can say, "Oh, his daughter can say I did better than you." That's all. I wish nothing bad against him. That's all. But I hope and pray that the next time he walks down his stairs, I hope he misses a stair and has a slight scare that he almost falls, but he doesn't. I just want that inconvenience.
I can't believe NBA 2K23 is going to have him at a 99 overall, the first player since King James in 2014.
Can I be honest? Can I be 100% honest with you? I'm surprised they didn't give him 100.
Like, why not?
I'll be honest. I'm surprised they didn't give him 100.
I was done with Steph when they made him the unanimous MVP.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, "Yo, y'all desperate to get rid of LeBron, huh?" I'm like,
I'm gonna tell you who rating the head is spot on. It could go a little bit down though. Russell Westbrook. I love that one. Did y'all see his?
He's a 72. Yo, I was on TikTok and someone.
My Lord.
I was on TikTok and someone was like, "Oh yeah, he should be at 85," and I was like, "Bro, you should get slapped 85 times for even insinuating such a thing." I'm like, "Bro, not everyone." I'm like, just because you got the internet doesn't mean you should put your opinion out there because you're an idiot.
I just want to say this: the same people that support Russell Westbrook, it's funny to me, is the same people who supports Kyrie Irving. Go figure.
It's weird, man. Look, it's weird. All I'm saying is this right now, bro. These people are weird. I'm telling you right now, these people are uber weird, bro. And I'm not even trying to bet that. By the way, Sam says you should worry about the picks 3 or 5 years from now. Rob Pelinka dropped the ball, not protecting their picks this year. Don't trust him trading any more picks. But I mean, did he really drop the ball though?
No.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him for this year. I don't blame him.
I do.
Why? Explain. Because I'm not saying this for rude. I'm genuinely curious because I've seen people blame Rob for this one, but I'm like, how is that Rob's fault? I'm genuinely curious.
Hey, Pride, we got to take a man what he say. He went in a press conference and he said, "No deal get done without it getting past me. It comes. I'm the person that make these deals. My opinion matters." He said that. So you know what? I'm gonna take you for your word, Rob. Hey, you said it. I'm rolling with it.
Was this the pick for the
Russell Westbrook?
The Russell Westbrook trade?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't blaming Rob
this
for that
year.
one.
That was number 8.
Yeah, this year that was the Russ trade, right? I ain't blaming Rob for that one.
Who do you blame
for that one? I ain't blaming Rob. If you're gonna blame Rob, you can't blame him all the way.
I didn't say
it's the whole organization.
I didn't say.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you. I'm listen, and again, I am a fanboy. Let me just start by saying this: I am a fanboy. But before we bring up Rob Pelinka, because remember, Rob Pelinka didn't want to do that trade. He didn't want to do it. He was overridden because
everyone off on it, though. Does he have the power to veto?
No, he doesn't. He has it depending. Like if everyone else is tied, type of thing, sure. But he was.
So you told me, Freddie, if Pelinka's like in his organization, I don't want this, he can get overturned.
Yes, it's been happening his entire tenure, and Freddie knows this.
Then
you know what? It's funny how we're gonna sit up here and make it seem like Rob Pelinka this great general manager.
No. Whoa.
He's an agent.
I ain't say all that now.
The only reason why he got a job in LA is because of Kobe. That's it.
Ron,
no other team would have hired this man.
Right.
Ron, at any point did I say he was a great GM?
No, you did not, sir.
I'm just referring to this specific trade.
So let me ask you a question, Pride. Who made the deal?
Huh?
Who made the deal?
Genie.
Right, that's what I was going to say. And that's the whole organization.
No, listen.
LeBron opened the door, and Genie ran through it head first, along with everyone else outside of Rob Pelinka.
And Rob Pelinka's included in that.
No, because Rob was against it. He fell in line because it was like, look, no matter what I say,
what report did it ever say that Rob Pelinka's against this pick? I never seen that.
In the beginning.
Out in the street.
I've never seen that.
Thank you, Ron.
I've never seen that.
This is what it was.
And then when wasn't all
exactly.
What report did it say that Rob Pelinka do not want to trade for Russell Westbrook?
Rob Pelinka, listen, you okay?
No. Let's talk facts. Let's talk facts, Brian.
Okay, if you really wanted to talk facts, you would have known this by now, but you don't. So clearly, you don't even know what's going on with your own team.
Right.
And Rob said it too.
Send me the link where it says Rob Pelinka is against trading for Russell Westbrook.
They never at any time fully agreed on bringing in Russell Westbrook.
Send me the link.
Show me the fine. I'll be a cornball. Show me the report where Rob Pelinka wanted to do it. Show me.
Show me. Let's speak facts.
Try again.
Let's speak facts.
And it's crazy too because I remember when this first happened, you were saying how Rob Pelinka was the odd man out. Now all of a sudden,
I've never liked Rob Pelinka.
It's free.
I've never liked Rob Pelinka, so don't say that, sir. That's wrong.
What? See again, consistency. That's not even what I said. I never said nothing about you liking Rob Pelinka.
So
Do better.
I wasn't on his side.
Do better.
Did you send me the link?
You hear me typing, right? So what does that mean?
I don't know. I'm just
okay.
If
I'm typing, that means I'm not sending it.
If you had a link, it don't take that long to send it.
If I'm typing, what does that mean?
Ron, if
that means I'm not sending it, correct?
It shouldn't take that long to find, right, Ron?
Don't bring me in this.
Because I'm looking. I can't find it.
Pride talking to you like a Lakers fan post LeBron era. I'm ready for the link.
I'm just saying, at some point, consistency.
I'm waiting.
Consistency, it hurts some people.
Waiting.
Are you done?
I haven't got nothing yet.
Check your inbox, sir.
I'm in it. I'm in it. See, the one thing we're gonna do, we're gonna talk facts.
Freddie, you never
Not
talk facts.
talk
Knock
out
it
of
off.
ass.
Knock
There's
it
a
off.
difference.
Talking
You are
facts, not
probably the
fiction.
most inconsistent dude on the entire network.
I'm waiting.
Freddie, Freddie, you did the entire thing wrong, and then he just
Yeah, we've been waiting for 5 minutes. This is Rob's last year. I agree. Unless you do that Kyrie trade. That Kyrie
Which
trade
might not happen.
can save his job. Ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
I had to help you out, Pride. I can't find anything either, Freddie.
Ladies and gentlemen,
There's
Pride
no report.
can't find it. Can't find it. Can't find it.
Well, of course I can't find it right now because I actually got to look. This is something from last year.
Can't find it.
We're going to put a 24-hour deadline on this.
No. Hey, all you gotta do is Google and type in Rob Pelinka did not want to trade with Russell Westbrook, and it should pop up. It is not popping up.
Because every time you do that, the first thing that comes up is during the trade deadline. That's what I'm saying.
There's
You got to
nothing
look.
there,
I
Pride.
understand.
There's
You need
nothing
glasses, but
there,
glasses won't help
Pride.
your ears, bro.
So let's
Listen,
speak
bro.
facts. Let's speak facts. Let's not speak in Pride's
Listen.
imaginary land.
Listen.
Let's speak facts.
Listen.
I know it's a big
Called
imagination
listening. I
in
know
that
it's
big
hard.
head of yours.
I know it's
but
hard.
let's speak
But
facts.
listen. I know it's hard. I know it's hard for you, Freddie. I know.
We're waiting and waiting. We're waiting and waiting.
Well, I found something that Rob did this year. I mean, he refused to
Pride ain't gonna find it. I just scrolled all the way to the bottom. Couldn't find. I was helping you too, Pride. Do better.
I'm still waiting for your punchline. I'm waiting for your punchline.
Do better.
Do me a favor. Next punchline, instead of stealing someone else's, use your own.
Do me a favor. Do better. We might be waiting all day for this one link I asked for 20 minutes.
So, did you hear that Pelinka didn't want to trade Westbrook and future first rounders to Houston for?
I can't hear you, Frankie. You're mumbling. I can't hear you, Frankie. You're mumbling, sir. Well, then don't say nothing.
You can hear me?
It looks like we might be waiting for this whole show.
Can you hear me?
What do you say, Frankie?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So, this year, Rob Pelinka refused to trade Westbrook and a first rounder to Houston for John Wall. So we could have had John Wall, but Rob Pelinka refused that deal.
Yeah. But I want to see, where did it say last year, summer, when it says the Lakers traded for Russell Westbrook, but Rob Pelinka did not approve the trade, that he did not want to do the trade. That's what I want to see. Because apparently Pride said that he didn't, the man didn't want Russ. But I want to see, where was that reported? It just like we got on Mr. Arizona the other day for saying that, and by the way, nobody called this out. This man said that deal would have been done yesterday on a Tuesday, but nothing was done. But what do we know? Well, my bad. What does Adrian Wojnarowski, Shams, Chris Haynes, and those guys know? They keep saying that it's far off from the trade, that the Nets could take this always to training camp, but our guy said Tuesday. He must have meant next Tuesday.
Should we move on to the next topic?
Well, we'll be all the way to the next show until Pride finds that link. You have any luck, Pride?
Look, Ron did. Like,
Pride, have you any luck? Ron, Pride's not having any luck.
I'm getting annoyed.
I think he might owe me an apology.
We're still looking. You don't deserve an apology at all.
You do, because you lied, Pride, on me, bro.
I'll lie again, and I'll look you dead in your face. I will never apologize. Freddie, you're attractive. I lied again.
Pride, I'll prove you wrong, brother. Eat your humble pie. Humble thyself.
I would eat the humble pie, but you already ate it all, and you ate the second serving too. So I don't know. What to tell you.
Humble thyself. I told you there was none out there, and you said looking. Never mind. But let's carry on. I forgive you.
I don't need your forgiveness. I don't need your forgiveness.
I forgive you though.
But I don't need it though.
You might not need it, but I do forgive you.
I don't need it though.
You might don't need it, but I'm gonna forgive you.
I don't want it.
You might don't want it, but I'm going to forgive you.
All right, and I'm throwing it away.
Well, it's just there. Just know it's there.
I'm good. Trash man's coming tonight, so I'm good.
All right, it's good that you still forgiven, even if you want it or not. Whew. Let me get a pop some sun seeds, because we're gonna be here a while, obviously. Hey, Ron.
Yes, sir.
Have you been able to find that link?
I went pretty far back, Freddie.
Okay. Yeah, me neither. I went all the way down.
I was searching. But it was so much reporting about the Lakers.
I really think Pride right now is creating a website and making that the head title himself right now, by the way.
But it could have just been, what we do. Created a storyline. And Pelinka was cool with it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Good Genie and Bron. But
and by the way,
it wasn't the worst. The issue was AD's health.
Yeah, but still, Ron. Yes, it is. You got to give AD some blame. But Russ taking that L too. And quiet as it kept, I'm not disagreeing with Pride. I agree that he shouldn't take all the blame. Jeannie Buss deserves to take most of it, because she is. Hey, no deal get done with that franchise without her coming to her desk. But I'm just saying, all of them deserve some blame.
Big old blame pie they can share. And if they do make the trade happen and get Kyrie and AD goes down again, LeBron and Kyrie ain't beating Dallas, Golden State, Denver if they healthy.
They'll beat Dallas. They'll beat Denver.
No, LeBron and Kyrie not beating Dallas.
Yeah, they will. Luka's a one-man show, brother.
No, they put together a nice little brigade.
They got Christian Wood and they got JaVale McGee.
Looking for him to fix that guard position. I'm hearing the rumors for.
Can someone read that for me?
Oh,
Lakers Vice President Rob Pelinka wanted Buddy Hield, but LeBron James and AD encouraged him to go after Russell Westbrook.
And by the way,
insider.
And what's his name?
Honey
Arkstein.
I told you I would take some time, but I told you I would find
it. That's still false. Pull that
How?
back up. Pull that
How?
back
How's
up.
it false?
Pull that
How's it
back
false?
up. Stop talking and pull it back up.
How's it false? Explain.
I'm pull it back up. I'm gonna tell you.
How's it false?
Okay. So don't it say Westbrook, John Wall trade rumors? So that's during the season. I'm talking about the summertime. Keep looking. Keep looking. Keep looking.
Rob Pelinka wanted the Buddy Hield trade to fall through. NBA insider Mark Stein confirmed in his column. Rob Pelinka wanted to and planned to trade for Buddy Hield, but James and Davis encouraged him to go after Westbrook.
Keep looking.
I'm gonna take this L off your hands.
What?
Put it right
during the season.
Okay,
Keep
hold on. Did they trade for Russell Westbrook twice? Okay, fine.
It says
You know what? You're right. How
the
about this
John Wall trade. That was during the season, sir.
Okay, hold on. That's fine. If you want to say this one was during the year, I don't believe it. But let's say that's the case. Explain this quote.
When did we go after John Wall? It wasn't before the season. We didn't have Russ.
I didn't want Buddy Hield in the beginning of the season.
So what are you talking about, bro? Try again. Try again. Keep looking.
Fine.
You failed.
Okay. So let's just qualify this one. Explain this one then. Rob Pelinka wanted to trade for Buddy Hield, but James and Davis encouraged him to go after Westbrook. That is preseason. They didn't trade for Russ in the beginning of the season. They didn't trade for him during the regular season. They trade for him in the preseason. Rob Pelinka wanted and planned to trade for Buddy Hield. It was widely reported that the Lakers were going to do that until LeBron said we need Russ.
But where do it say that Rob Pelinka, I do not want Russell Westbrook? That's what I need to know. That's what I need to know.
Ron, you saw it?
That's
you saw it, right, Ron?
1 point pride, 0 points, Freddie.
I told Ron, I told you from the jump it was going to take time because since it was so long back, it was going to take a little bit of time. So
that's what I want to know.
What did it say? Back a little bit. But Ron, I told you I would find it, Ron.
Well, you didn't find it, Brian. You didn't find it. It did not say Rob Pelinka did not want Russell Westbrook.
That's all.
It did not find it.
That's all I'm saying.
It's okay to be wrong.
Yeah, look in the mirror, homeboy. Ron, you're the impartial party. You're the impartial party. You're the impartial party who gave Freddie the dunk, a premature dunk.
You've yet to do that.
Ron is out here admitting
you've yet to do that.
I was wrong.
You've yet to do that.
Thank you, Ron. And
Ron,
I said it from the jump. It's going to take a minute. Didn't I say that? I said it was going to take a minute.
You did not find it.
This is old stuff. You know what I mean? So we're going to have to dig back. And on top of that, I was trying to find an article that would show the actual tweet too from whatever source they're saying, because it's easy for someone to say, "Oh yeah, according to this source, X, Y, and the third."
You still didn't find it.
I was like, you know what? I want to make sure that whatever they're getting the report from, they embed the actual tweet.
You still didn't find it.
And lo and behold,
you still didn't find it.
I'm good.
You might be good, but you didn't find it.
Ron, you're the impartial party. Did I find it?
Yes or no? Say Rob Pelinka did not want to trade for Russell Westbrook. That's not saying he might want Buddy Hield. But that don't mean that.
Did I not just prove my point?
You know, all of this dysfunction just makes me think about the Lakers organization and the fact
just saying
Pelinka.
Yes, he might wanted Buddy Hield, but that didn't mean he didn't want Russell Westbrook.
Now you're changing it.
Genie.
So why did he go for Russ first then?
Genie, LeBron.
He might wanted Buddy Hield over Russ, but I don't mean he didn't want Russ.
You're bugging.
Once the Lakers are done with this LeBron era, Genie, you just need a clean house, baby girl. You just
she should have been clean house.
Right.
She should have been clean house.
Now it's too late. The bed is made.
She just need to sell the team.
Oh my Lord!
This time.
Either sell the team or you're gonna have to pick 2 people or 3 people. Honestly, 2 people, because she definitely needs to have some say in it. Pick 2 people. That way she can be like, all right, look, what's your guys' idea? Best 2 out of 3 and go from there. It's okay if you don't know basketball if you're the owner of a team. It's fine. You don't have to know basketball to be the owner of the team. You just got to go find certain people you can put on your payroll that you can listen to. If they're not on your payroll, you shouldn't be listening to them. That's it. I don't care how great this player was. I don't care how great of another executive they are. If they're not on your payroll, you shouldn't be listening to them. I don't care how great Magic was. You had him on your payroll, and you didn't listen to him. You didn't listen to him when he was on your payroll. Henceforth, that was the reason why he left. Freddie, do I need a report on that one?
So also, Rod, these former players shouldn't have to go recruit free agents for them as well, right?
100%. 100%. And LeBron needs to wear that. I've been consistent with it. LeBron needs to wear this because I don't know why LeBron thought this would work. I don't know why.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not
Then
talking
who are you talking about?
I'm talking about retired players. Their all-star players shouldn't have to go after recruit free agents for their team.
If they want to.
No, it's the same thing.
Not really. Because if they're talking up like Paul Pierce, he's gonna talk up Boston till the day he dies because he loves the Celtics. Reggie Miller's gonna
but the
talk
owner
up the
can't go
Pacers.
ask them for advice.
What do you mean go after them for advice? Like you're talking about like the Celtics going after Paul Pierce?
I'm talking about how Kobe would go out. He had a conversation with LeBron and stuff like that. Like, but the owner shouldn't be able to go to them guys and ask them for advice, right?
I'm not understanding your question. I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Let me say this in a more simpler form.
Please do so, because all the questions you do is very convoluted. So
Let me put this in
pretend
a
that you're
simpler
holier than
form
thou.
for you, okay? Let me clear my throat so you can maybe hear what I'm saying.
And watch you make it sound even dumber.
Go
ahead.
You just said that an owner
Yeah.
should not ask former players for advice.
That's
If
not
they're
on their payroll. Correct. You shouldn't ask anyone that's not on your payroll, regardless if they're a player,
So
former
that
executive,
same
whatever.
owner should not go ask maybe that best player of that franchise or a key player of that franchise that's retired to go talk to another free agent as well to try to get them to join that organization too. Correct?
Technically speaking, no.
Okay. As long as you be consistent on that, that's fine.
No. Technically speaking, you shouldn't. Now, if that player's on your payroll, like a lot of people thought that Kobe was still on the Lakers payroll. Whether or not it's true, God knows.
He
no
wasn't.
one really knows because there was none. But if Kobe was on their payroll and he was doing it, all right, well, that's fine. Because technically speaking, if that's his job, so be it. Should they ask him to do it? No, they shouldn't, because he's not playing with them no more. Now, if he chooses on his own accord, that's a different story.
Okay, long as we stay consistent on this, I have no
Freddie, you don't know
problem with that.
consistency. You cannot press me on my consistency.
Hey,
You don't
at
even know
first, you changed that answer real quick. 'Cause
How?
Explain
Explain how I changed the answer.
I'm about to use one of your lines.
Explain.
It was a
No.
little
You're
shaky,
not, no.
baby.
Explain how I changed my answer. Explain how I changed my answer.
Because at first you said, yeah, they should be with you at first.
Yeah, if they're on the payroll, yes, that's fine.
No, you didn't mention nothing about no payroll, none of that.
Freddie, that was
Right.
the entire conversation. I said if they're on their payroll. Remember how
after
this
the show,
began.
just
I
rewatch
understand
this show and
thinking is hard for you.
and
I
fast
get
forward
it.
to the
Thinking is
35 mark
hard,
and listen
and
what you
it's
said.
fine.
You didn't say that.
But I said in the beginning, you shouldn't be asking anybody that's not on your payroll how to run your team. Did I not say that? You probably don't remember because it's more than 2 minutes
You
ago.
did
So you
say
probably
that.
don't remember that. So I'll rewind it a little later
did
and I'll
say
show
that.
you.
But
So
when
I'll indulge you. That's what I said. If
You
you're
did
on the
say that
payroll,
when I
then
brought up
yes,
the
you should
question.
go out
When
there
I brought up the damn
player,
question
you should be
about
able to
them
go
going out there
out
talking to
and
former
help with
players,
your
Prod,
team.
you didn't say that.
However, if you're not on the payroll, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't. Because
And
it's not
like I
like that
said,
former player is
These
playing
players
with
that's
you.
not on these
If
payrolls,
they're
they
active,
talking
that's
to
another
future free
conversation.
agents.
If it's
They
a
should go
situation
out there
like
and try to
Damian
recruit them as
Lillard,
well.
where he can go out and recruit, and he's actually going to play with those guys, that's a different story. But if you're talking about a retired player, Kobe before he passed, KG, because he still got love for Minnesota. If you're talking about KG, Paul
But
Pierce,
they should,
if you're
if they're
talking
not on
about
that payroll,
Dwayne
they
Wade
shouldn't do that.
over in Miami,
They not on that
should
payroll. They
have
shouldn't have to be able to do that.
them to go.
They
and
on
be
that
like,
payroll.
oh,
They
yeah,
shouldn't do
but
that.
we got to help recruit these guys over here. They're not on their payroll. There's no need for that at all. So again, you don't know what you're talking about.
Be better.
You babble incoherently.
Be better,
to
Pride.
pretend to
Be
make a
better.
point. Again, how do I need to be better?
Be better and do better. Stay
Explain.
consistent.
Explain.
You're not being consistent with your argument.
How? All of a sudden I press you and all of a sudden you don't got nothing to say.
No, I mean, I'm tired of saying the same thing 3 times.
Because you say it 3 times, you're going to be wrong 4. That's why.
Right.
Your mathematics
We're
don't
already
add
40
up.
minutes deep in the show. Let's continue going.
Your
Sir.
mathematics don't add up. If you're going to press someone, you need to have a little strength.
I know I had
pressing.
you pressed, and I know you have a lack of understanding at times.
Explain.
And so it's hard to
Explain.
It's hard to people your type of people. It's hard to help understand.
Explain.
Because quiet as it kept, me and you agree on the same topic, but me and you're the one arguing about it.
Meanwhile, when I was saying my thing, you were trying to disagree as hard as you can. Ron, we got him vexed, bro.
No,
we got him. We got him spinning. We got him turning. We turned him upside
down.
You're not
staying consistent in your point, bro.
Left to right.
Yeah,
up,
I don't know.
down.
I don't know what you're talking about, Freddie. Y'all haven't agreed since we started.
Thank you, Ron.
Well, listen here.
Thank you. Ron, thank you.
Pride got you all sugared up, and he didn't butter you up and all that. I understand.
Meanwhile, Ron is probably one of like the top 4 people here who disagree with me.
But listen,
the fact that he's rocking with me right now, Freddie, you're uber wrong, bro.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm
a new alliance,
hopefully, I might need to say this a little bit slower for you, where you can understand it. Let me slow it down.
Say
a
it
little
backwards
bit, okay?
as long as you want, bro. Wrong is wrong.
Let me slow it down for you. Pride. You said that a player or anybody else that's not on that organization's payroll should not be asked for advice. Is that slow enough for you? I need to slow it down a little bit more.
I'm waiting for the point. I'm waiting. By the time
I can go slower if you need me.
I'll be dead. My kids will have graduated college, both got full-time jobs with a mortgage and a 401k all lined up. Get to the point. Get to the point.
So that's the first part of it.
Get to the point. If you're not going to get to the point, I'm going to move on.
The second part of it, you said this. You said that if this is what you first stated, it is okay for a player, a former player like KG, Kobe, or anybody like that to go out and recruit these other players. But then I called you out on it, Pride. Then you wanted to change the narrative.
And Freddie, this is why it's hard.
Is that slow enough for you, sir? Was that slow enough for you?
Yeah, 100%. Thank you for breaking it down to show the world just how wrong you really are.
No, go rewind the show and it will exactly.
I've never in my life have seen somebody do this stuff all the time, where they just constantly want to flip stuff.
I've never seen it. Go rewatch it. Film do not lie.
Order.
I've never seen that before.
Film do not lie.
It don't, but you do.
Hey, people lie. Video don't lie.
I know you're trying to make it a new. Oh yeah, man, we remember that, but the numbers don't, Freddie. It's not that catchy. So
it don't lie. Go back and watch it. That's all I can say.
You're gonna have to try something better.
Because you didn't say that.
You're right. You're right, Freddie. You're right.
I know I'm right. That's
You're right. You're right. We got to throw Freddie a bone. Got to throw Freddie a bone. You know what I mean? After you take this many L's, you need a lowercase W hidden somewhere in the pile. So I'll get that to you, Freddie. Here is your lowercase dub, Freddie.
I don't take L's. I give them.
Frankie, are you still here, bro? We're here. We're about to talk about your favorite player in the league. Damn, bro, he's so excited. He about to put on the KD jersey. Ron, you and Freddie.
Now I agree with you on that.
Ready? Ron, turn your camera on real quick, bro. If you got a minute, bro, just real quick for 1 second, if you can. Can you have your hand up, bro? Just real quick. Put your hand up real quick. No, real quick. All right. Boom. I'm tagging you in because you and Freddie about to go at it. Freddie is questioning Kevin Durant's will to compete. He's saying that if I'm wrong, Freddie, let me know. From what I understand, you're calling KD a coward in terms of on the court, in terms of basketball player, not as a man, but as a basketball player who constantly.
You really can question both, but we'll keep it on the court.
Oh.
KD is a coward.
Woo! Damn, Freddie said
just because that man want to be happy, he a coward.
Yo, Freddie
just because he want to be happy.
Was wrong. You think I'm being too nice? I made it off the court too. But Ferran,
most sensitive NBA player of all time.
You said for him to be happy.
Woo!
For him to be happy,
Frankie's
Ron?
back.
You
Here's my
just said
thing.
that? You
Let
say
me
he's
just
not a
get my
coward
2
because
cents.
he's a man who wants to be happy? Are you
I just want
kidding
to get
me?
my 2 cents in real quick. This is all I want to do. The problem I have with KD, he wants his cake and he wants to eat it too. And I don't like that. And what I mean by that is he wants to go to a team that has, when I get there, I want to play with at least 2 All-Stars. I refuse to play with anything under the 2 All-Stars. But he understands that's not going to happen.
I don't know why
Like-
you would say that.
And that's the
Because
only
he's a
problem I have.
coward, Ron. He's a coward.
And Ron, we was talking about this last time. That's my problem with KD. Why would you say I need 2 All-Stars when you know, bro, they're going to have to gut their roster for you? It reminds me a little bit of Melo when he was in Denver and he wanted to go to New York. And he was like, oh, I want to go to New York. And they had to gut the roster for Melo. They had to
Right.
gut the roster for Melo, and I guess JR too. But let's be honest, the trade wasn't for JR. It was straight up for Melo, right? So this reminds me a lot of it of like KD.
Man, that shit was-
If you end up getting traded, there's a legitimate chance you might end up in a situation worse than what you got in Brooklyn. At least in Brooklyn, now they got TJ Warren, and you can have that's another power forward that's helped bolstering up a little bit in size. A little bit, Nick, and he'll probably give you a respectable 10 to 12 points. You still got Seth Curry, okay? You got Ben Simmons, who when he comes back, he'll be able to orchestrate something and give you some help defensively. Your partner in crime, your soulmate, your best friend, the guy that you wanted to leave Golden State for, Kyrie, opted in. You don't want to be that guy and get traded, let's be honest, to the Utah Jazz or something like that, bro. Where now, remember what you had to do against, against the Bucks for 7 games? Imagine doing that for 80 plus, 75 plus. Imagine.
Brian,
Freddie.
why are you being so nice?
No, that's the only problem I have. Like I said, you just signed your contract. You just signed it. Why would you you just signed it? That contract hasn't even started yet. And you're like, the only way I'll leave is if Kyrie Irving leaves. He then opts in, and all of a sudden you're like, yeah, let me go take Kyrie's place. Let me be the off and strange one.
Can I go?
Go ahead, Freddie. The floor is yours. Go ahead. Slander KD's name so Ron can defend him. And then Frankie too, because Frankie, that's his butt buddy.
You
Here
know
for
what?
it.
Pause.
I'm gonna be like everybody else. If this was LeBron, his name be killed. He would have got attacked, basketball, off the court, all that. But the difference is, at least LeBron finished out his contract. At least he do deliver a promise wherever he goes. But Kevin Durant, ever since you left Oklahoma City, you've been trying to find the easy road. You joined the team that beat you in the Western Conference Finals.
Was it OKC up 3-1 on them?
I was just about to say that you was up 3-1 against, but they came back and beat you because not only did Russell Westbrook choke, but you choked as well, sir. You didn't look like the Kevin Durant that we know. And nobody's questioning your talent because we know what type of problem that you bring on the offensive end. That's no question about it. And let's not forget that you did have fault in the playoffs this year because you let Jason Tatum make you look smaller than you are. You came up short again this year.
Freddie, he was the only one that got swept in the playoffs. That's how garbage he is.
No, I agree. But to continue to what I'm saying is you joined the team in Golden State that already won a championship, that had this consist of all-stars, the greatest shooting backcourt in NBA history, with Draymond Green, with Steve Kerr. So you wanted the easy ride out. But then you got tired because Draymond called you a name. You got in your feelings. You wanted to shine in Golden State, but it's given to Steph Curry. You wanted to do it on your own. You wanted to go to a team to say, you know what? This is because of me. But instead of picking a team yourself, you followed yet again another player that's already won a championship in Kyrie Irving to Brooklyn. Because it was reported that KD wanted to go to the Knicks, but Kyrie said, nope, let's go to Brooklyn. But KD, you go there, you know that you're the best player. So you have to be the leader as well. KD, and I'm not blaming everything that went down in Brooklyn on KD. I'm not doing that. But what I'm saying is, KD, from day one, you was afraid to open your damn mouth. You just wanted to go in there and do your thing, and you didn't care what Kyrie Irving was doing. You didn't care that nobody in that organization was being held accountable. But guess what? If you that guy, you got to step up to the plate. If these the things that happened in Brooklyn would have happened in LA, hell, there are people even blaming LeBron and said, why couldn't you make Russell Westbrook better? Why couldn't you make him do this? Why couldn't you make him do that? Where's this slander to Kevin Durant? But every time there's a little pressure applied to you, Kevin Durant, you fall back in your shell like a snail. You want to run from it. You want to hide from adversity. So, I mean, do you really want to compete? Do you really want to be that guy?
So
To me, this little episode that just happened to me, you're nowhere near LeBron James. I had you right here, but hey, further and further, further and further. LeBron would never do no BS like that.
It's weird to hear Freddie defend LeBron like this. Like, I like it, but I'm just waiting for the backhanded compliment to come in real quick.
I defend LeBron a lot, sir.
And I just want to say this about KD real quick. The only reason why I personally am not killing him in terms of the leadership portion of it, I've known he wasn't a leader ever since he left OKC. There's no leader I know that will leave OKC and go to Golden State. Because remember, what people nowadays like to do is pretend like OKC was the only team interested in Kevin Durant. We forget not only were the Celtics interested, not only was the Thunder interested in bringing him back, because KD told Russ at a dinner they had the night before they went over to him, yo, I'm resigning. Freddie, do I need a report for that? No? You believe me? Just curious.
That's right.
Just
That's
curious.
100%, that's 100% accurate.
The Washington Wizards wanted him. The Miami Heat were interested in him. There were, like, of all the teams, I think there's only, like, 5 that weren't interested. And that's only because they were bums. There were bum teams that was like, look, we understand you're a talent. We're rebuilding. We're not going to pay you a bunch of money when we're trying, like, there's really no hope for us. Even with paying you that money, we're not making the playoffs type of situation.
Pride, I thought you were tagging me in.
No, I just wanted to clarify on why I'm not killing him for that. Homie's never been a leader. Ever.
Okay, well, I'm here to defend you, KD. Because Freddie, all of that wasn't even unnecessary. I didn't even know we was going as far back as you went and how hard you had to go at him. But it leaves me with one question, sir. How, and this should hit home for you, Freddie, because this is something you have to deal with currently. How agonizing is it to play with Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. There was many nights. I guarantee you this: that LeBron, when he left the arena, he was stressed. He was worn out. He was aggravated. Hell, he had to drink an extra shot of that Lobo. But you know what he ain't doing? He ain't coming out here requesting a trade. Because guess what? He took his licks like a man. He ate his licks like a man. And he said, you know what? We gotta be better.
And KD didn't
I love this
trade.
LeBron side of you, Freddie. I love this LeBron side of you. Like, come on, boy.
He played his contract. He fulfilled his obligation to OKC, and he left when his time was up.
What about this year? What about now?
Which time period do you want to discuss?
I don't have a problem that he won't outrun. It's the places where he's trying to go. He's trying to go to a Phoenix Suns team that's already built up. He's trying to go to a Miami Heat team that was in the conversation. He wants to go where there's 2 other All-Stars.
Maybe that's the way that we're gonna write this storyline. Maybe it is, because all I hear is I want to play on a competitor, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with switching.
There's everything wrong with that.
We just went through a damn pandemic. I get it. I get it, KD. I can understand how tragic, how stressful, how painful, how embarrassing this Brooklyn storyline been. And
How would you feel if Embiid wanted to request a trade and picked up 2 solid teams? How would you feel?
I was waiting on an Embiid request. I want to go down to Miami and play with my boo-boo.
So wherever Embiid going, you go. So you not a real 70.
We just got him, Freddie. We just got him.
How?
Understood.
I've been rocking with my Sixers since '83.
You just said it. You said you waited for his request so he can go to Miami and play with your boo-boo. You said boo-boo.
Ron, you stumbled a little bit.
No,
bro.
Jimmy.
You stumbled a little bit.
Nah,
you said
So you a Jimmy Butler fan? So you a Jimmy Butler fan? Could you call him a boo-boo?
Stayed.
Ron,
act like he was
stumbling a little bit, bro. Come on, get your balance. Come on,
That
Ron.
was a special year.
Ron. Extend your arm out.
Jimmy Butler and Embiid got a love fest.
Hey,
Ron, extend your arm.
Hold
on. I'm catching Ron. Ron is speaking if he was Joel Embiid.
Hold on, Brian. Do your thing, bro. Do your thing. Do the little kind of shaking, baby. I want to hear it. Do it. Do it.
Ron, it's looking shaky, baby.
No. That's
hold on,
conversation.
Ron. So Jimmy Butler's your boo-boo because he played for the 76ers.
No, that's Embiid's. They have a love fest. Them two got something.
I'm gonna help out Ron.
Special.
I'm gonna help out Ron. He said he's speaking as if he was Joel Embiid. So he's saying, I, Joel Embiid, have a butt buddy fantasization with Jimmy Butler. Therefore, let's go to Miami where we can make a movie, baby. Am I correct,
Ron? All right, Ron. I'm almost caught you slipping, but you do. But
can we not call any NBA players anymore?
Nah, we call him slipping. Probably just helping him out.
Listen,
but you know what? The difference between LeBron and KD, when LeBron went to LA, was LA built for a championship when he came to LA? I don't think it was. No. When he went back to Cleveland, it wasn't built for a championship. They had to make moves. So why can't KD go somewhere to like the Washington Wizards, like the hell, he
wanted to. He wanted to
go
to
Houston
the
if you want.
What are we doing here? KD
but he didn't go. He wanted a max contract, and the Knicks didn't want to give it to him.
And Brooklyn wasn't a ready to win situation.
Go to Houston.
You brought in Irvin and James Harden. It was, but I'm talking about
James Harden didn't happen.
Ron, I'm talking about right now.
Ron, they kind of were. Now, that first year, remember, that first year was a wash because KD wasn't going to play the full year, and Brooklyn knew that. So don't let the first year fool you in terms of their record. Not only was KD out, Kyrie was out a majority of the year as well. They were ready to win. They had a pretty solid cast around them.
Dinwiddie and Karis LeVert.
As your third and fourth option, you're in a great situation there. Having them as your third and fourth option, you're in a great space. But the reason why the Brooklyn Nets sucked the first year was because Kevin Durant wasn't playing. Bro, you're saying like this, okay, Kevin Durant is your option number 1 and Kyrie is your option number 2. At the time, nobody thought Kyrie would be doing this stupid stuff. So you got those two. You could have me and Freddie out there, and that's our great big four. Let's be honest.
I am going to be honest because I just got done watching Dinwiddie on the Dallas, and he was riding the pine in the fourth quarter.
Okay, hold on.
And Karis LeVert.
But you can't do that. Hold on, time out.
I won't.
You can't
with
do
KD
that.
and Kyrie to be different.
You can't do that because what you're doing is looking at Spencer Dinwiddie for a few games. Think about it. For a few games, and you're now pretending that was his entire Brooklyn Nets tenure. It wasn't.
They were a good roster. They were a good roster.
That's what I'm saying. They were, if you want to say, they were a solid roster. I'm not saying
they were like a 7th, 8th seed.
And it was with Kyrie and KD that would put them over the top. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Your conversation is irrelevant. We're not talking about KD get there in his first year. He requested a trade. He requested a trade this summer.
We're talking about KD not being a coward. Not being this joke and this embarrassment that y'all been talking about. What are you supposed to do when one of the
When did this man ever want to win something on his own? Didn't he want to leave Golden State because he wanted to do something on his own? But now he wants to leave yet again with a little.
Right, you just said when did he want to win
when
something?
When things get a little hard, he want to leave now, but he want to play with 2 other All-Stars.
Ron, can I ask you a question, Ron? I have a genuine question. don't
Hit
you
me.
think it's something wrong for KD, right? Like there's something wrong about him signing another 4-year deal to play with Brooklyn, then saying, and the only way I'll play with y'all this year and I won't demand a trade is if Kyrie Irving opts it. So he had just signed a 4-year deal that hasn't started yet. He then says, Kyrie Irving has to opt in. Don't you think it's
No,
odd?
he said give him a contract. He wanted
No. He said
Kyrie.
opt in. No, he said opt in. He said ground floor was opting in. When Kyrie and the Brooklyn Nets were not getting anywhere, when Kyrie wanted a 4-year deal and they were like, look, bro, we'll give you, I think they gave him like a 2 or 3-year deal, which it was a respectable deal, but Kyrie wanted a max. And Brooklyn didn't really feel like it. So let me ask you a question, Ron. Don't you think KD deserves something, like some backlash for not only signing, but then saying, bring back Kai and I'll come back? They bring back Kyrie 24 hours later, he demands a trade. Don't you think
he deserves a smack. Yeah, he
think about it.
deserves a
Don't
smack.
you think that's all? Because that's what I'm criticizing him about. I'm criticizing him about how he's handling it. That's one of my biggest problems.
And I'm criticizing that he don't want to win, that he don't want to compete.
That's my thing, because you can't, like, again, let's, instead of KD, imagine if this was for some reason, one of the most hated players in the NBA. Imagine if Devin Booker did this. Imagine if Kawhi Leonard did this. Imagine, close your eyes. What if Karl Anthony Towns did this?
Close your eyes, Ron.
I'm asking.
Your eyes not closed,
sir.
sir.
The way he handled it is corny. It's whack. I'm just saying, especially for a team that gave you everything. Everything, Kate. They gave you everything. You think they wanted DeAndre Jordan at $40 million? They wanted that? They did that for you, bro. They didn't want to go get James Harden.
Why do we say it? Why do we say that? Why do we say it like it's a thing that we shouldn't expect for these billion-dollar organizations to make sure they take care of the person that's bringing in all that money?
And you want to know why? Because then other people, because you and me had this conversation. I believe.
Like, are the Brooklyn Nets not supposed to do what Kevin Durant wants to make his franchise suitable and comfortable for him? It's like the LeBron wanting Russ.
Ron, here's the problem. And you can't compare it to what LeBron did. Because guess what? It got rough. Where's LeBron now? He's training to play for the Lakers again next year to finish his contract.
Not running.
And here's my only problem. Here's the only problem I have. And Iverson, you're listening to the wrong people. You're listening to the wrong people.
You're listening to the wrong people.
Thank you. Whatever. I didn't even see what he said, but it's nice to have.
No, he said the Suns are gonna. He said he's gonna be a Sun. Whether or not he's a Sun, I don't know. But there's a few other teams in the mix. To pretend that it's just the Suns is lazy.
No pride. There's other reports out there.
Freddie, I will get disrespectful in a minute.
Pride.
I will get.
You gotta understand, when someone come up with this, they follow only one reporter and one reporter only. The legit reporter.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, my favorite part about the Suns trade is Brooklyn, show their true emotions and feelings. They show how angry they were at Kevin Durant. They're like, you want him? Give us Devin Booker. What? We're not giving you Devin Booker.
Why would Brooklyn even do that trade? Only thing they have is...
Okay, hold on. Time out. Iverson. No. He said KD's fit destination is number one. But again, the mistake you're making, and you're listening to people who can't even spell basketball, KD is not a free agent. So he can't go wherever he wants. He's got a 4-year deal that hasn't even started yet. KD has no leverage here at all. It comes down to Brooklyn goes, who's going to give us the best deal? That's one. And two,
Brooklyn's winning.
Want to go there. What are they going to have to give up for him? Because listen, if it's not Devin Booker, think about this. If it's not Devin Booker, who are they going to give up? You're going to have to give up damn near your entire roster with draft picks. And that's if, and I'm being nice here, if Brooklyn decides to show y'all mercy. If
And they
decides
was
to show y'all mercy. So
they would have to do so much. It's hilarious.
But to me, Phoenix don't even have a trade package to offer him because just think about Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson isn't enough. I don't care about Shamet. I don't care about Campaign. I don't care about none of those guys. I do believe DeAndre Ayton gonna have to agree to the contract because he is a restricted free agent. That nobody ever mentions because they just keep throwing Ayton. Well, if he don't agree there, you just there. And then KD he don't have a no trade clause. So, and guess what? He have 4 years on the deal. So if Brooklyn technically want to ride this out until they get the best deal, which they've come out and said that they want an all-star, young players, and multiple draft picks, Phoenix don't got that.
Freddie, wrong report.
So
I
want to talk.
Adrian Wojnarowski, he's
an idiot.
Brian
he's not
Payton,
really an analyst. You gotta,
Chris Haynes. Yeah,
Freddie, you gotta understand.
And real quick, I just want to touch on this because Iverson says, okay, once KD ends up in Phoenix, you're gonna say, wow, okay, he was right. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's impossible. But again, to pretend that Phoenix is the only team in play is absurd and lazy. And if anyone takes offense to it, read my lips with all due disrespect. I don't give a flying chopstick. To pretend that the only team is Phoenix is lazy, uninformed, uneducated, and dare I say pathetic.
Leave him alone.
No, let him go. Let him go. Keep on, Brian.
Whoever he's getting this stuff from. Because to pretend that Phoenix is the only option
oh my God,
is absurd, lunacy, stupidity. I don't know if I can say this, and if I get in trouble, Freddie, I'll take this bullet. Retardation.
Oh my God.
It is. That is the type of people that need to be locked up with a nurse's aid 24/7. Because the Brooklyn Nets could very well say, no one's getting KD. And KD has to play. Because imagine if KD tries to sit out for that contract. Imagine. No one going to touch him at the end of that contract.
Why would they do that?
It's funny that you brought up
to be spiteful.
Jake Fisher.
Brooklyn said,
everybody's losing.
I got news on this KD and Phoenix trade. And this is Jake Fisher. He is pretty legit, but he's not legit to those other guys. DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and 5 picks still isn't enough for me for KD. That's an enormous
right.
GM.
They got Scotty Barnes locked in. Wouldn't you rather have Scotty Barnes than anybody on Phoenix?
I was about to say that's another team. That's the Raptors. Now I don't know if it'll be enough. God knows, but because Scotty's young, maybe Brooklyn could perhaps be interested. I don't know. But Scotty Barnes with some picks, that's a solid. I'm not saying a solid trade, but you're entering a solid ground floor. Yeah, it's a good start. But again, it's not Phoenix, so I guess it doesn't count.
Now we need to talk about Siakam. Now we need to talk about Gary Trent Jr.
Now you could talk about this stuff.
I think the vets would stay. I think Brooklyn should be happy with getting Gary.
Yeah,
Trent,
anonymous
Barnes,
GM. He didn't say the Nets GM. LOL. We don't know how the Nets would feel. This is all I'm saying. This is all I'm saying. To pretend that it's only Phoenix is just straight up laziness. You're too lazy to go out, and you're too much of a crybaby to listen to other people. So you're gonna listen to those 1 or 2 people that's gonna validate what you're saying, and you're gonna ignore the other 50 that's like, whoa, hold on. Not only for him to go to Phoenix, that Brooklyn has to accept the trade, and not only does DeAndre Ayton has to accept to a signing trade, but this third team needs to also be like, all right, we want DeAndre Ayton, we'll keep DeAndre Ayton, and we need to not only get more, but we also need to figure out what we ourselves want to send.
I'm 100% sure. Can't believe we're coming back to Iverson. Phoenix is not making this trade happen. 100% sure.
And the thing is, I don't know. They have a chance, but you know who else has a chance? The Raptors. You know who else has a chance? Miami somehow.
Orlando have a chance.
I don't want I don't want a single thing Phoenix has. I don't want Ayton, and I don't want no Bridges. And they don't
See,
got no
bugging
good
there.
picks.
I want Ayton. You bugging. I want me some Ayton.
Why?
So what now?
Have we seen Ayton's ceiling? How much better is he going to get, Brian?
You know what? You're right. See, here's the thing. I don't see a ceiling. You know what I mean? Because, and Frankie, you watch NXT?
Yeah.
Okay? Because his ceiling is to the moon. And I don't care what no one says. That's my boy.
I think they used him right. He is.
Right.
You said what?
I don't think Phoenix used him right. Me personally.
Well, here's the thing.
How? He had the point guard.
Then you got to think about how much in today's NBA, when you have Chris Paul and Devin Booker, how many touches is DeAndre Ayton really going to have? I mean,
not that much.
So,
but that's the thing. I don't think.
Does he need more touches?
Yes, a guy with a nice mid-range like that, solid dribbles, play with his back to the basket, keeping business. Yo, call me shady because I'm gonna start calling him shady because you know what he was doing to these fools? He was giving them crazy work. Crazy work. Yo, that dude, Rudy Gobert run that you like, you know how he's nice defensively? Crazy work.
Why you putting that on me? I don't even like France.
I'm telling you right now. Iverson says, how about the Pacers situation? Are they interested in Ayton? Indy gets Ayton, Suns get KD, Nets get Bridges, Cam Johnson, Miles Turner, Buddy Hield, and multiple draft picks because Nets are interested in Turner. But again,
the Nets got a ham sandwich.
No, listen. I don't know if Bridges, Cam Johnson, Miles Turner, and Buddy Hield is that. I mean, maybe Buddy Hield 2 years ago when he was on fire for something. Like Buddy Hield was one of the most sought out, guys a couple years ago. It was a few years ago, sure. They have interest in Miles Turner, but they're not I don't think the interest for Miles Turner is that high. Bridges and Cam Johnson, they already said no to that. I mean, maybe with the combination, perhaps. But I don't even think Indy would take Ayton straight up. I think they would want some picks in there.
I would rather Miles Turner than Ayton, me personally.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Ayton is
I don't know how.
I agree. I think Miles Turner is more of we've seen what Miles Turner can be. We know what you are. We haven't seen that out of DeAndre Ayton, consistently.
I've never in my life wanted to jump out a window so much as I do right now.
I would prefer Scotty Barnes 1,000 times out of 1,000. I would prefer Tyler Hero and maybe Bam.
At this point, you need a timeout, brother.
Well, then let's not act like Golden State don't have a better trade package than Phoenix as well.
I would prefer.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if Golden State would really try that because even though they got a better package, they do kind of got a good roster.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying if Golden State would do the trade. I'm just talking about packages.
No. Golden State does. Golden State has the best package,
but not the best player. Iverson,
right?
Iverson, of course, we know what the rule is. If Ben Simmons gets moved,
we're not saying that Bam is going to get traded. Ron was listening to guys he'll take over Bam Adebayo. He's not saying, I'm sorry, these are guys he's taking over DeAndre Ayton. He's not saying Bam is going to get traded. That's not what he's saying. So
we're just talking about packages, Iverson. I've been defending you. You just created another enemy.
I don't know. I mean, Golden State kind of does, but I don't.
I mean,
if I'm Golden State, I'm not doing that.
I agree. But I'm just talking about this narrative that Phoenix just have this. They have the best package. That's false. Because you mean to tell me if you go to State, you can give me Andrew Wiggins, who was an All-Star, which what if Brooklyn said they wanted an All-Star out of it. They give you a young player in Kuminga and in Looney and a Poole, and then draft picks, which Golden State have.
Can we talk about why he wants to go to Phoenix in the first place? They are literally a depreciating asset. Sorry, Jay Ness.
I've said this before. I think their championship window closed. I
Exactly.
gave them 2 years.
It's
I
done.
gave them 2 years. 2 years ago when they made the finals, and I thought they were gonna win, and then last year, that honestly, and everyone got mad at me. Everyone killed me, and I'm like, not every team has a large window. Some teams only really like the Dallas Mavericks that won in 2010. They had a 3-year window. It was like a 3-4 year window that they could actually win. Because when D Wade won his first chip, no, because they made the finals a few years before they actually won it.
They weren't doing nothing in those Kobe years. Stop it.
You mean the same Kobe years when they swept them in the first round? Don't do that. Come on, you don't want to do that. Anyway,
they swept them in the first round in what, 2010?
Yes.
Yeah, that's when their window started.
Yeah, it was 2010.
Lakers won the championship in 2010, so it wasn't 2010.
When did Dirk win his ring?
So their window
2010, 2011, same thing.
The lockout. Yeah.
We won the championship in 2010.
Same thing.
We're arguing the same point.
Yeah. We're literally just saying the same thing in different terms. So I'm not even going down this rabbit hole. But prior to that, when Wade won his first ring, what, in 2006?
Yeah.
He was down 0-2 to Dirk in the Mavs. He was down 0-2 to them, and he came back and won. Yeah. So that's why I say, like, they had a few years between that one and when they eventually won it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. But like them, in my opinion, the Boston Celtics, we had a 3-year window. It was that year we won, and 4-ish, right? I think it started when we won in 2008, and then when we lost to the Lakers in 2010, that was like our window.
And we ended it. We ended it.
I mean, I think it was age. I don't think in my opinion,
y'all ended it. Freddie and LeBron James finished it.
I'm just saying, like, when whoever was coming out the West, I just thought that we were a little older, so I thought we were going to lose regardless. But regardless, I thought that's when we ended. Even though we made the Eastern Conference Finals one more time and we lost to the Miami Heat, I thought our window closed. But when I looked at Phoenix, I was like, they, in my opinion, they only had a 2-year window to be legit. After that, so coming into this year, I still think they're a playoff team. You know, I do think they're still respectable. But this notion that, bro, we're going to have to fear them. They're going to be in the final. In my opinion, I don't agree. I thought they had a 2-year window. In my opinion, it's closed at this point.
In my opinion, they're 6-7 seed, Pride. 6-7 seed. And I could be nice and say I could see them getting a 5th seed, but they're not top 4 out West. No way.
Depends on what they do
with the show.
It depends on what they do with Aiden, to be honest with you.
What's going on, fellas? What's with it?
What's up?
Not much.
What's happening? I just
what's
came
the
on
best
real
case
quick.
scenario?
Hold on, Ron.
Ron, you driving to work and podcasting at the same time?
Matt is in the building.
Hey, you're a legend, brother. You're a legend for that. You're a legend for that one.
Appreciate that. 100.
Jonathan, you wanted to say something?
No, I just came on to say hi to everyone.
What up, Brody?
I saw the heated argument this morning. Freddie and
Jonathan, what's the best?
You guys were going at it.
Yeah, they've been ridiculous.
I
got a question though,
Why
Mathis.
you guys always take over the damn show? Why?
Because I had to put pride in his place every once in a while.
Ron,
fellas, what's the best case scenario that Phoenix does with Ayton? What's the best case scenario?
And running back with the same team?
No, because we said they have to do something.
You're talking about trade?
Yeah, it depends on what they do with A and how good they are.
Here's my thing.
What are we talking about? Packages?
Well, here's my thing. I think DeAndre Ayton's, I think his thing is at an all-time low, like his stock. And I believe the reason why it's at an all-time low is just because of how Phoenix has been handling him. They've been handling him like he's a role player. You know what I mean? So they've been kind of treating him like poo-poo. So now they're going to go and they're going to ask for a lot to get him. And that's going to be another problem because how are you going to treat a guy like a role player and then expect to get superstar trade package? See what I'm saying? Like at first, Phoenix came up to them and they're talking about we'll do DeAndre Ayton in a sign and trade for Kevin Durant. You can't do that when you treat the kid like he's a bum. When you start treating the kid like he's a bum, now that's out the door. If they had treated him with some semblance of respect, we got a different conversation. Ron, you're muted. I don't know if you're saying stuff, bro, but you're muted. That was the camera, brother. Ronald, you're muted. You hit the cam.
I think you're on the phone with somebody or something.
Probably. But but that's just me. That's just me. I don't think they're really gonna get much for DeAndre Ayton. And it's not because he's not a talent, but it's like when you're on the verge of trading a guy, you gotta handle it. First of all, you can't wait till now. Let's just get that one out the way. If y'all truly didn't vibe with him like that, they should have traded him before the trade deadline. Because now you're putting yourself in an awkward situation where now, Freddie, you need him desperately to come through for you. And in his mind, he's like, shoot, y'all been doing me filthy my entire tenure here. Why would I want to? Because again, and Freddie, I think, yeah, you good, Ron. Freddie, I think you were the one who brought this up earlier. No one talks about the fact that, like, for DeAndre Ayton, he can pick the team and he needs to sign for any 3-team trade to happen at all. So if DeAndre Ayton, for any reason, goes, I don't want to go to Indy, it don't matter how much Indiana wants DeAndre Ayton. It doesn't matter if they throw in. They could throw in Tyrese Halliburton and all their draft picks for the rest of time, and it won't matter a bit.
Can we talk about the other juicy
I
topic?
wouldn't do that for DeAndre Ayton. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, like, let's say if they were to throw that, because DeAndre Ayton won't sign, it doesn't matter. What I'm basically saying is they could basically come up with the greatest package of all time, and it won't matter because since he won't sign, Phoenix is in an awkward situation where they're like, well, we kind of got to move him if we're going to get KD. So go ahead, Freddie. What do you want to say?
Can we talk about the juicy topic?
You said what?
Can we talk about the juicy topic at the moment?
Juicy.
Please bring it
Juicy
up.
fruit.
That should LeBron James want out of LA?
Hell no. Why would he want out of LA?
He got
Hell
1
yeah,
year
he
left.
should want out of LA.
Listen.
And he's
I'm gonna
gonna
say
leave
yes.
regardless. But why would he want out? Why would he just ride out his contract?
He should want out of LA.
Why should
He
he want out
should.
of LA?
I'm gonna be
Because of
honest
what
with you,
Jeannie Buss
Jonathan.
said?
John, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. As bad as Jeannie Buss is, and she is bad right now, she's not her father. And they are proving to him that they're not doing whatever it takes to win.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to trade Russell Wilson. You don't want to get Kyrie Irving because you don't want to throw in the draft picks. That's BS. So you willing to waste another like LeBron ain't getting younger. He's going in year 20 next year. And every year that you waste of him is of him wasting the chance to win a championship. And if the Lakers are not willing to put talent around him, then she should want out.
Can I ask you a question?
They wasted Kobe in the end of his career too.
No, that's different.
Right,
I was about to say that's different.
They wasted LeBron.
I don't think they wasted Kobe. I just think it was a situation where like Kobe would have left, but they kind of had a deal where they were like, "Look, Kobe, just stay these last few years because remember we kind of owe you all this money that we promised or whatever." So like I feel like the last few years of Kobe really wasn't.
And they gave his agent the most all-time promotion. Something we've never
right,
seen
like he
before.
won. Like I think Kobe still wanted to hoop, right? Because like I don't think Kobe. Like I think like when he didn't want to hoop anymore, and his body was gonna give out too much. That's when he was gonna leave. Kind of like what he did. Like you know when his body started going and realized I can't keep this up. You know, obviously he retired, but I think he understood we're not winning championships these last few years. This is more along the lines of I still want to hoop, and now the Lakers are gonna pay me what was promised to me. When I was, you know, the entire time leading up to this. You know what I mean? So I think with Kobe, I think it's a little different. I don't think you can say that they wasted him.
Those rosters was not in win mode anyway.
Exactly, yeah. And like if you be honest, they were rebuilding, but they were like, yo, Kobe, just do you still want to hoop? Yeah, come on. Remember, we had a handshake and in a wink that we was gonna pay
And
this
then
money.
the
We can get that
loyalty
shit
that
now.
the Lakers had towards Kobe, I mean,
Right.
that's night and day. What I'm
Right, so
saying is,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think they really wasted Kobe. I
but what
think
I'm
they
saying
both
is
knew
the
that's how it was going.
Lakers, as of currently, they have not shown that they are willing to do whatever it takes to put the right talent around LeBron. So we're wasting another year this year. And I'm going off if we
Well,
don't
Freddie,
get
what do
Kyrie.
you expect? What do you expect, Freddie, from this Laker team? What are you going to get from this ownership?
I expect if Jeannie Buss, like I said earlier in the show.
But Jeannie Buss is not her dad.
Like I said earlier in the show, she had the name, but she had it. But if you win championships, you gotta do what it takes. Damn them picks. Trade them. Get Kyrie Irving here.
I already told you guys what they need to do. I told you guys what Jeannie Buss needs to do. Jeannie Buss needs to take control of her franchise and stop listening to what other people are telling her.
She needs to sell it. That
She's
time
not
is
going to
over.
sell the franchise.
Well, I'll be honest, Freddie. Don't you think you should give her like 2 years to try to put her foot down? Because it seems like that's what they're trying to do now. It seems like now they're trying to make the proper move. So don't you think that now that we're kind of seeing that, you want to give her a little bit of time? And go ahead, Freddie. Because I have another question I want to ask you and Jonathan, since you're both the Lakers fans. Go ahead.
I guarantee you this, and I'm gonna tell you this: if the Lakers trade for Kyrie Irving, you can expect LeBron to sign this extension in August. Okay.
I don't know about that.
If they don't get Kyrie Irving, LeBron gone.
I think LeBron's leaving regardless.
LeBron's leaving regardless. He already said.
And the reason why I say that,
Jonathan, his son got to get drafted first. He just lost rankings. I mean,
his son will get drafted.
His son.
You know what his last name is, right? His last name is
His last
name
get
is
drafted.
James.
He's gonna get drafted.
He's gonna get drafted.
I don't know.
If I'm the Lakers,
there's no question about it.
Go ahead, Ron.
If Magic, I hope you advise Jeannie, if we're going into February and we're not a top 3 seed out west, top 4, I would give them top 4 competing for a championship. LeBron, where you want to go? Because we can make that happen. There's no point in you finishing this year out. We about to miss the playoffs again. You're going to leave.
I appreciate these young guys you putting around them, but damn, I mean, right now we have no shooters. We have no shooting.
No, Lonnie Walker's a solid shooter.
All of a sudden,
I love that pickup.
Freddie's not optimistic. It's amazing. It's amazing to hear this coming from this man's mouth because he's always praising the Lakers, and he always is one of these delusional Laker fans that come out and say, "Oh, they're gonna win next year."
Jonathan put it right in his place.
He shot 31% from three last
year.
Yeah, that's solid.
Freddie. Wow, what happened, Freddie?
You know what happened? Jeannie Buss is what happened. Rob Pelinka is what happened. Russell Westbrook is what happened. AD can't stay healthy is what happened. I done lost faith.
Yeah, but you already knew that about AD. You knew that about AD. The man is made of glass. He's fragile. He can't stay on the court.
And that's why I say LeBron should want out of LA fast, quick, in a hurry.
I think he should, but I don't even think it's that deep. I just think he should want out only because the Lakers won't be in position to get his son. That's honestly the only reason why. I would have said this if he was back with Cleveland, if we stayed in Miami, if he went to any other
back, honestly.
You said what?
I don't think Cleveland.
No, I think he's gonna end up back with Cleveland. I really do.
I don't think they would.
I've been saying that for.
I don't think
he's gonna finish his career.
I don't think Cleveland would take LeBron back.
But it's only fitting. That's where his career started. Why would they?
Why would they get all
Stop it, Freddie?
Anybody would take LeBron.
Why would they get their young team again for maybe a year or two, Jonathan?
Cleveland, y'all need to retain Sexton because he might be needed in this Lakers trade. I support Jonathan.
No way. Maybe. Man, if we're gonna trade him, yes.
Jonathan, you answer my question? Answer my question.
Because we're not.
What's up?
I asked you, why would Cleveland get their young talent for LeBron if he's going to be there for a year or two?
Freaking James, and he started his career there. Why wouldn't Why wouldn't the Cavaliers take him back?
Because you got something good. You got something.
Y'all can have everything.
Okay,
fine. Y'all can have everything outside of Garland and Mobley. Y'all can even have our next 3 years picks. Because Garland, Mobley, and LeBron.
Let's go.
And then
Get
who
it
else?
out
That's
of the way.
nasty.
Let's make
That's
a trade
Oh,
right
okay,
now.
hold on, Freddie.
That's
Ron,
a championship in Cleveland. If that happened, if that ever came to fruition,
Right.
that is
That's a
by far the
championship.
dumbest thing you can say. Those three are not
Wow,
giving you a
Brian.
championship in Cleveland.
Wow.
And Freddie, who's a bigger LeBron James fanboy than me? Who's a bigger LeBron James fanboy
Well, I
than
can't
me?
wait to hear why.
I don't. Alana, maybe.
They're definitely better
Maybe.
than the Celtics.
Oh yeah, Lana,
they're
she's
not.
a big Laker fan.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
not a Laker fan. I mean,
Not at all.
LeBron fan.
They're not winning a chip at all. Because you still have two kids who still need to learn. Did you see them in the playoffs? They didn't know what to do. And that's just something with experience.
They will
That's
next year.
something with go who-
They will next year.
Congratulations. Sure. One series where they got mollywopped, and all of a sudden, yup, we got all the intangibles. Relax. No, I'm not doing that. That is by far the dumbest thing anybody can say. And I'm a LeBron James fanboy. Why would I gut myself when I can get him in free agency? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
But
you
we know
can't get him
LeBron
in
ain't
free
gonna play
agency.
a whole bunch of young guys neither.
If his son is there, he would.
He's going anywhere his son goes.
But Freddie, you gotta remember, unless it's
Freddie
like,
says his son is not going to get drafted though.
and I think he is.
I think
Crazy.
he is too because his last name is James. He's
Not only that, the
LeBron.
kicker-
And he's been balling. And he's been
Thank you,
balling.
Ron.
And
He
his
averages
dad is
6
the face
points
of
a
the NBA.
game.
Come on, really?
And Freddie, why does he average 6 points per game?
He ain't a walking bucket.
He averaged 6 points a game on a
That's not how this works. Chet Holmgren
That's what
wasn't
I'm
the best
saying.
player on his team, and he got drafted number 2. And he's
Yes, he
been
was.
balling.
Yes, he was.
Chet. Oh my gosh, Chet.
Yes, he is. Drew Timmy Cave is sniff.
Hey, don't get pride started
Yeah.
about Chet Holmgren, man. He's gonna give you a full lecture.
No, because I just don't understand where all these people are saying Chet's gonna be a bum, Chet's can't handle the league, Chet can't
I
do
was
this,
his
Chet can't do
biggest
that.
hater, Pride.
And look what he
I
just
was
did.
one of his biggest haters. He shut me up quick.
And
Lord.
look what Chet did. Look what Chet did.
Did you see
I
it?
cannot
Did
wait
you see
for
his
all you
Instagram
guys.
post last night? He put laughing out loud.
Orlando, you might have messed
Dude's
up.
arrogant, man. Dude's cocky.
No. I ain't gonna go that far. Because I think Paulo was a good.
And he needs to humble himself.
I said
though.
Mike.
I know he's young. I know that'll come with
Oh,
growth,
Mike.
but he needs to humble himself for real.
Let me, Freddie,
No,
Freddie
Wow,
and
wow.
Jonathan.
Why do he need to humble himself?
Chet.
Did you see the man's Instagram post yesterday?
Yeah, he put a laughing emoji. Why he
No,
gotta
what he
humble
But that was
post?
on Twitter. That was on Twitter.
Well, wherever
What did
it
he
was, I
post?
saw it. And,
Oh, the laughing emoji
people,
thing?
People were bashing the man, calling him, cocky, saying he was arrogant. And that comes with growth. He's gonna grow up. But
Hey,
he's already showing.
Jonathan,
He's already showing.
If you
signs of
believe you the
confidence.
best ish in the building, let that be known. You might be wrong, but hey, at least your confidence there.
I just want to say one thing.
There's a difference between
I
confidence and
was
arrogance.
rocking.
We often confuse the two.
Yo, Ron, I was rocking with my boy Chet. I was rocking with him. And everybody here was bashing him.
Not
He's
me.
too small.
I wasn't
He
bashing
can't do
him. I
nothing.
just
He gonna
said
be
that-
horrible defensively. How many blocks did he
Didn't
get?
he have
yesterday?
5 blocks yesterday?
He had 6.
Yeah.
The most ever for a summer league game.
Okay, she gonna be nice, low key.
Yeah, no. Chet gonna be solid. He gonna be nice.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this. Let's talk about Kevin Durant. KD, you better stop talking. Cause see,
I know exactly what I thought.
Hey, because if OKC wanted you back, if the Sacramento Kings wanted you, they would end your career, sir. You better stop.
Soon as I
Cooperate,
saw
KD.
Chet ball out last night, Freddie. Soon as I saw Chet ball out, Freddie, I was like, oh my gosh, Chet, KD, and what's their guard? What's his
Shea.
name?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
Yeah,
Or
Shay.
Gilgeous-Alexander?
I was like,
No,
that could work.
No way. I don't think so.
KD,
Maybe.
go
No.
home.
Bro, because you're going to have to gut a lot, though.
Oh no, Brooklyn taking all that young talent.
All of it. And it's going to be around Chet Holmgren.
Mhm.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
He the number
You're
one
losing
on the
Chet.
list.
No, it's
They have more than enough to keep Chet.
And
up.
they got a
They
whole
the
bunch
most
of draft picks.
good young players.
So
And
real
they
quick,
just
Like
signed
KD.
they just
Real quick.
re-signed Lou Dort, didn't they?
Yep. They get my solid contract. So here's up.
Yep.
Actually, just letting y'all know, because this could perhaps leak into the Kevin Durant thing. Donovan Mitchell expressed some concern to the Jazz higher-ups after trading away Rudy Gobert and Royce O'Neal. Mitchell asked Jazz officials what is their plan after the trades are made. The plan was simply to, quote, do what's right for the franchise.
Didn't him and Rudy Gobert not have the best relationship?
I don't know. I don't know. What I think his problem with the Rudy Gobert trade is what they got in return. Probably.
Well, but you know, since
I
that
think
COVID
Mitchell
thing,
wants out anyway. Mitchell wants.
you know,
I think he
since
wants
that
out a
COVID
long
thing,
time
him
anyway.
and them two haven't seen eye to eye.
Yeah. Although though he isn't believed to be on the trading block, the Jazz are believed to have a price and will be willing to trade Donovan Mitchell if they receive a good enough offer. And then basically they listed some of the teams that would have something that the Jazz would kind of look at and say we're interested in. Brooklyn was listed, which obviously Kevin Durant. The Portland Trailblazers, if Damian Lillard were to, request any type of trade. And then they also listed the Knicks. And mind you, these are just like the speculated stuff. The Knicks and OKC, those two for draft purposes. So if they, they're looking, if we can get a superstar, we'll get it. But if we can get draft picks, we're just as fine with that as well. So
I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Go ahead.
I could see him going to New York. Isn't he from there? That's home.
I don't know. I think I'm in the
Donovan
minority
Mitchell's
here,
from
but
New
I don't
York.
think he's gonna go to New York.
I'm gonna be honest.
No,
with
because
you.
there's a dumpster fire over there. Why would you go there? You want to go a place where you can contend.
If I'm the Lakers and I'm 10 games in and I don't feel comfortable with AD, I'm putting him on the trade market.
AD?
Mm-hmm.
Freddie, I've been saying that since last year. Where were you? Where have you been?
I wouldn't say 10 games, Freddie. I would say 20.
No, because I'm saying he ain't gonna make 20 get hurt, bro. We got to give him a small sample.
You're right.
No, he gonna
You're right. You're right. You got to be safe. You're right.
He's gonna be healthy to start the season. Like I'll give him. I'll say at the most he'll play 50 games. If
all right, hold on, let me play with y'all. Oh, by the way, Damian says, why would you go to OKC and Portland? LOL. Donovan Mitchell has no choice. So
hey, if they cut you a nice check, you'll go to OKC or Portland.
Yeah, definitely Portland. Look at Damian Lillard, dummy. What's the over under, Freddie? 9.5. What's the over under?
For how many games did he play?
9.5. What's the over under?
40.
No. For the first 15 games, 9.5. Over under.
I'm gonna go over.
For the first. So you're gonna go over?
Yeah, I'm going over.
I'm gonna go under.
Am I assuming if Kyrie Irving's gonna be on this team or this team right now?
I'm talking about right now.
Oh, I'm going under then.
I'm going under too.
So hold on. So you believe Kyrie on this team will actually keep Anthony Davis? I don't want to say healthier, but it kind of minimizes the chances of him getting hurt. Is that what you're saying?
It could minimize.
Are we talking about AD's injury? Or are we talking about the Lakers' record? What are we talking about?
But it could
AD,
minimize.
no, how many games is AD gonna play in the first 15 games? The over under is 9.5.
I'll say
it could minimize the chances though, guys, because look, it takes less pressure off of AD having to,
I say he'll play around 11 or 12. I do think the Lakers gonna try to have a little rest management on him this year.
No back-to-backs.
Yeah, try to protect him.
That's at
Honestly,
least
that's what I
4 or
would do.
5.
I would say you're playing every game except the back half of back-to-backs.
It ain't gonna happen, guys. This guy always gets hurt. He can't stay healthy.
And I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know if you guys seen him. His agent, they posted a video of him, I believe it was yesterday. He do look in shape. He look good. Just gotta pray that he stay good.
Listen, so far he's looking solid. Whether or not that's gonna be the one y'all get in the regular season.
Because last year he did come in the season looking over. He looked bigger. He's over. They said he was out of shape and stuff. So
could be. I mean, and that could be why he could never really get.
We'll see. It's a make or break year.
I'm not going that far. I'm not going that far to talk about a make or break year.
It is a make or break year. We've seen enough of AD. You know, at some point, you gotta
Well,
stay
Jonathan,
healthy.
I'm gonna say something like this, bro. And Pride
And
brought this
he
up.
has
Genie
shown
Bus,
time and time again that he can stay healthy for a
Jonathan,
full
Jonathan,
82
brother,
game
brother,
season.
calm down, Jonathan. I'm gonna tell you, like Pride said, he brought up a good point. I always say this. One thing about Genie Bus, she's too loyal. So
Yes.
then look at if you look at Laker history, we don't really trade superstars like our superstars. We just don't we don't really do that in our history. I think maybe Shaq is probably the only one. Other than that, then that's just because they didn't want to pay him.
I was about to say, yeah, that's a combination of things right there. Where like Shaq was like, him
and Kobe wasn't getting along to pay him.
Yeah, so it was like a concoction where they had no choice but to.
Well,
and at the time,
the Laker
that
way
was
is not
Dr.
them.
Bus that did it too. If you remember, that wasn't Genie.
Yeah,
that was
well,
who was
other
like,
than that, if you look at the Laker history, they don't do that, bro. Like that's not who they are. So I believe AD,
they'll give up young assets before they give up already made talented superstars.
So I don't know.
I don't know. This is me personally, bro. If I'm LeBron, I would consider, kind of leaving. But I just think where LeBron is right now, he's probably.
Oh, trust me, he will leave.
I'm
It's his
here
reputation.
to play with my son, and after that, I'm chilling. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't think. And someone said,
Jonathan, you said it's his reputation,
it's
but
his
brother,
reputation to bounce around.
But brother,
Yes.
what have the Lakers done to show that hey,
For once, you're not defending. You're not defending the Lakers.
No, Jonathan, because we're wrong in this part, bro. We're wrong. We have not done this year. We have not done what's right by LeBron to put a team
Did
around.
somebody
him.
put something in your drink last night? What happened? Because you were just saying that the Lakers were going to win an NBA championship. Now all of a sudden you're switching up and saying LeBron needs to leave.
Jonathan, have the Lakers done right by LeBron this year?
They haven't done right by him for the last 2 seasons. No.
Okay.
But they did what he wanted.
What have the Lakers done to prove to LeBron that he should stay?
Yeah, they did.
They haven't built a quality roster that's conducive to winning an NBA championship.
Sorry, I'm about to take your line. Well, thank you. Welcome to my TED Talk.
Yo, Freddie,
they let LeBron's boy come and take over the organization. Shout out Rich Paul.
Take over.
I mean, LeBron.
How many clutch players have the Lakers had? How many clutch players the
Right
Lakers
now, the whole roster.
My point exactly.
Well, no. But be honest. Which clutch? The only reason why was because they needed people who would be willing to take discounts to play for them because they were so cap strapped because they were top heavy as ever in terms of the cap. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of clutch sports because I bet LeBron was like, "Hey yo, take a pay cut for me." And they're like,
"Yeah, LeBron's so dope."
So,
LeBron done created the own agency in the league.
I'm just saying, if we don't go out to Kyrie Irving, we have not shown LeBron that we're all in on winning. Right now, we damn the draft picks, damn young talent.
Because Freddie, they have people in the front office who don't know what the hell they're doing.
But Jonathan is far from Jeannie, bro. She's the owner. Ain't nothing get done. Nothing in that organization get done until it goes to her desk. Until it goes to her desk, bro.
But that's what people don't understand. She's not her dad. She's not gonna be Jerry.
Jonathan, what are you arguing? You're agreeing with me, bro.
You hate the Lakers, so you're gonna love it.
I'm partially agreeing, but I also
I love it.
I think LeBron stays in LA
for the rest of his career. For the rest of his career.
Wait, hold on, whoa. Who said what? No, hold on. Who said what?
What did you say, Jonathan?
He said he stays in LA.
LeBron stays in LA. Not for the rest of his
career. Okay,
but
just this year.
Just this year.
Yeah, well, that's a no-brainer. Contract. He's gonna finish his. He's not gonna demand.
But Jonathan, where do you disagree with me at? I'm confused.
that Jeanie Buss has not done a good job putting together a championship team.
Freddie, hold on. Freddie, can I take over? Can I take over, Freddie, please?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, Jonathan, you and I both agree. And I am impartial because I hate the Lakers, right? So I'm impartial, right? So you and I both agree Jeanie Buss did a horrible job putting together this roster, correct?
Trash job.
Horrible, right?
Horrible.
So it's fair to say that as of right now, how this roster is looking, are they really that better than they were last year? Or are they kind of around the same ballpark?
They're kind of around the same ballpark.
So, okay. So last year, they were horrible. This year, they're horrible-ish. Like you said, they're around the same ballpark. They're going to head into next season with still the biggest problem on their roster, that being Russell Westbrook. And then,
dear God, don't even mention his name.
So you and I both agree they had the opportunity to get rid of Russ, and they chose not to. So you agree with me that's a bad move, correct?
They shouldn't have traded for him in the first place.
But what I'm saying is right now, they had the opportunity to trade Russ to Brooklyn to get Kyrie.
Right.
You would have done it, correct?
I would have done it, yes.
So to not do it is foolish, correct?
It's foolishness, absolutely.
It's foolish,
So
correct?
what are you?
So hold on, Freddie. Hold on. So you and I both agree that so far the Lakers management has done more wrong than LeBron has, correct?
Right. But you can also blame LeBron too for,
hold on.
players that he wanted as well. Because he wanted Russell Westbrook.
I understand that, but outside of Russell Westbrook, what wrong did LeBron do? Okay. So now that we cleared that up, all the other trades that they've done and all the other acquisitions that you and I both agree are horrible came from that management team, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
The Rob Pelinkas, the Linda
and Jeanie Busses and the Kurt Rambuses. Yes. So this year, like I said, last week, they could have had a trade set up to go get Kyrie. LeBron James didn't nix it. Jeanie Buss did. That is a bad move, correct?
Terrible move.
Horrible move. And it's to the point that that's like, who would want to play for that franchise, correct?
Right. Because it's a dumpster fire and it's been a train wreck for a long time now. The Lakers are a tragic comedy.
So, okay. I'm glad you and I agree. So let me ask you a question. Let's say, for some reason, Darvin Ham, right? Looks around, goes, wait a minute. Yeah, you trade for him? Oh, this is ridiculous. Is it out of pocket to say that he would want to leave? I mean, obviously he'll obviously fulfill his obligations, of course. But would it be wrong for him to be like, what did I get myself into? I want to get out of here. Would it be wrong for having those thoughts?
No, because I would probably have those same thoughts too. Freddie. You see, right? You see what I did?
Well, so
I just want to make sure because I shared your frustration. I shared it, so I was like, you know what? Let me approach this a different time. Jonathan, you just low-key agreed with Freddie, brother. You just agreed with him, my guy. What in the hooply-dooply's going on over here?
Messing with Freddie. Having a good time with Freddie.
I mean, come on, bro. I love the Lakers. I believe
you and me both.
Gold. But we was wrong. We did not do what it takes to win.
I got a question from Anthony Price. Random question. 4 rings of being a great center. Why is Shaq not included in the GOAT status? Because he wasn't the greatest center of all time. At least in my opinion. In my opinion, the greatest center of all time is one Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I was just about to say the cap.
Right. So I feel like since Kareem is there and Kareem is a top 3 player, I feel like that in and of itself, that kind of puts Shaq in a. Don't get into it. In my opinion, he's a top 3 center all time, of course. But he's not one. That's Kareem. So I think that's why he's left out of the GOAT status. But there's not a lot of disrespect because a lot of people have him as a top 7 player all time.
And if we're gonna go by championships, then we might as well give it to Bill Russell.
Not only Bill Russell, that means Robert Horry is better than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, so
my boy got 7. So you know what I mean. So again, dominant, of course. Don't get it twisted. But I don't think he's in that GOAT conversation because he's not the greatest center. And when you have a guy in your position in that GOAT conversation, kind of puts you back a little bit.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna piggyback with LeBron do leave. We need to trade AD, get a whole bunch of draft picks, get a whole bunch of cap space, and just start over again.
Big Baby Sports says,
"Can I talk about Shaq real quick?"
Go ahead, bro.
Shaq, my biggest 3 demerits on him to answer that question.
Go ahead.
First one, young Shaq was incredible, nothing we've seen before, but he got swept by Olajuwon. That's a pretty huge demerit. If we talk about, didn't we just play KD to get swept?
He did. People forget
Second,
that he did.
Are we really gonna kill him for that?
Second one,
that team did have Kenny Jet Smith, I believe, too.
I was about to say isn't that the same year that they won a chip? Because I think they went back to back.
That was Clutch City Rockets when they had that year they had Clyde Drexler too, right?
Yeah, so
you're talking about a stacked team going up against Shaq? I mean, I think at the time he had Penny, but
Orlando had a pretty stacked team too. Don't disrespect.
I'm pretty sure they beat the Bulls. I'm pretty sure they beat the Bulls.
Not as stacked as Houston. Not as stacked as Houston.
I'm pretty sure they beat the Bulls, who we say if Jordan played, would beat the Rockets.
I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one.
My second thing is Shaq always had a great sidekick. I mean, Penny Hardaway, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade. Exactly, and that's my next demerit is he mishandled LA.
No side.
Right. He mishandled that relationship. He mismanaged his prime. He should have made him and Kobe last a whole lot longer.
Definitely was a sidekick. But Ron, I'm not blaming just Shaq on that. I'm blaming Shaq. I'm blaming Kobe because both of them acted like, excuse my French, bitches. Let's be honest. Right. Because I feel like had both of them sat down and had the conversation.
I blame Phil Jackson. I don't blame nobody but Phil Jackson.
That's another one who needs to get blamed because a lot of people believe that Phil Jackson was low-key stoking that fire.
What did you say, Jonathan?
You can't just blame one person. It was on Phil Jackson.
Yeah,
I agree, but Phil Jackson supposed to be the leader of that team. You supposed to be the head coach, but you.
But your job title is also
you putting out that fire, Jonathan. He made the fire even bigger.
Yeah, but grown men have to take responsibility for their own actions.
But Jonathan,
that part,
Jonathan,
and a coach is not there to babysit. Jonathan. He's there to make sure the team is inspired.
And a coach's job is not to make that fire bigger, neither, right?
I mean, say that one more time, Freddie. Say that one more time.
Coach's job is not to make that fire bigger, right?
Jeez,
but how did he make the fire bigger? By writing a book.
It would say certain things.
But here's my thing. Right? I blame Shaq. I blame Kobe. Because again, you're two grown men. You should be able to sit down. I do blame Phil Jackson because a lot of people believe that Phil Jackson was low-key stoking that flame, and instead of trying to end it, would kind of make remarks where I don't know if he meant it or not, would constantly rub the other one the wrong way.
But he knew little things of his Kobe, y'all, and he knew
little things would piss off Shaq. And he would say that stuff, and then they would get to arguments, and then Phil would just be like, you know what, guys? Knock it off. And it's like,
later when Phil came back the second time, I believe, when he wrote that book, he said the things about Kobe, knew that was going to piss Kobe off. Knew that stuff.
He knew it from the jump.
That was toxic.
Just real quick. The Brooklyn Nets are making free agent moves under the impression that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are returning next year. So
what they should.
Interesting. But I thought, my bad. I'm talking too much. Anyway,
so and you know what? The Lakers, at this point, why are you staying still? You need to trade pieces away right now.
Who can they trade though?
No
one.
THT need to be gone.
Who has value on that team? THT.
But here's the thing. At this point, though, who would want THT?
Listen.
And in terms of the price that the Lakers are probably going to set, Lakers are probably gonna. I'm not gonna say an astronomical price, but they gonna set something.
I'll take them in Philly. THT for Thibault.
For no, if I'm Lakers, I don't want Thibault. No,
they need.
I'll take Maxey. If I'm a Lakers fan, I'll take Maxey.
Stop it,
Tyrese Maxey.
I'll take Maxey.
We need shooting. We need shooting. So I'll
wait, hold on. You say you want shooting?
We need shooting. Yes.
I got just the guy for you. Then you need 3-point shooting, right? I got just the guy for you. It's another guy in Brooklyn that you might be able to pull away for cheap. Go get you Ben Simmons. Go get you Ben Simmons. You employ Ben Simmons.
I can do
employ
better.
Ben Simmons. You employ Ben Simmons who wants who's on a revenge tour. What?
I can do better, Freddie. If I'm being Daryl Morey, I can throw you Maxey, Harris. We'll throw in Thibault and 2 first-rounders for LeBron.
Didn't Tobias Harris get traded?
No.
For LeBron.
No deal.
No. Didn't he get
no
traded
deal?
to
What about for AD?
Oh, he got traded to the Jazz.
Nope.
That's a great offer.
Ron,
I don't know who you're trading with. Then.
I got you a trade. We want Harris. We want Thibault, Maxey, 3 first-round draft picks.
Oh, you're doing
you better not say Russell Westbrook.
You're doing too much, Freddie. You're doing too much.
For Russell Westbrook, the MVP of the league, the Mr. Triple-Double.
Woo! You ignorant.
For Maxey,
I would do
Thibault and Tobias Harris and 3 first-round draft picks.
I would do Tobias. I would do Tobias Harris for Russell Westbrook straight up. Just trade each other's problems. Take them off your hands.
What's Tobias Harris' contract?
No, you would not. No, you
I think he get like 30 mil a year.
I'll tell you right now.
How many years on that contract?
2, 3 more.
2.
No,
So you have to deal with
He's got 2 more. Yep, he's got 2 more going into the next year.
Why do you feel like there's no way?
For Russ, and I'm gonna tell you, hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now. But for Tobias Harris's contract, 37 this year, 39 next year.
Yeah, he gotta go. I did not know it was that high.
We don't want him.
Here's the problem, though. I mean, if you're the Sixers fan and you're just looking for a trade, like a salary dump, because I think you're paying Russ what 47 this year. Someone fact check me. 47, right? So you're paying 47. Yeah. So you go up 10 million, but you're saving what? 19-ish.
Oh, yeah.
Because after he walks next year, or the year after next, that's Tobias Harris's final year, which he's making damn near 40, right? So if you want to do that, sure. But you guys aren't in that mode. You guys are in a win now mode. Russ is not giving you no win.
I love Russ. I love Russ Harden.
He was a mistake.
And Embiid.
Listen, it's okay to love Russ. It's okay to love Russ. It's okay. But you also need to understand this ain't the same Russ. This is a Russ that shooting has gone down. Free throw has gone down. Imagine this. He came in as a defensive stopper. People forget this. When he was in UCLA with Kevin Love, he was a defensive stopper. That's how he got his rep. That was his reputation. He was a defensive stopper.
Then he got lazy.
Now he can't guard a brick.
He can't even guard me after my accident. And I was crippled.
He's a cone.
Athletes do get old.
Okay, so with that being said, do you really want Russ on your team? I don't.
Hell no.
Yeah. This is the trade
But the Lakers are stuck with him.
I'll do this trade. I'm gonna contact the Pacers. Say, hey, we'll give you Russ, THT, none, and it's two draft picks. If you want Austin Reeves, you can have them. If you want any of these kids we just drafted, you can have them.
But
Buddy
Freddie,
Hill,
the thing is, the Lakers aren't giving up those picks. This trade's already been discussed between those two organizations.
They need to dang those picks, bro. Dang those picks.
That's our problem.
Down the road, bro.
Maybe they're just waiting to pull the trigger, but if they don't make this happen.
So we're talking Lakers and 76ers, right? Okay. So Freddie, what was the picks you wanted to do?
2027.
Everything for Russ.
2028. Picks.
So straight picks?
Picks Westbrook, THT, none for Buddy Hill, Miles Turner.
With Westbrook, THT, Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah.
Who else?
And those draft picks. If you want Austin Reeves, you can have them.
I still want Austin Reeves. Oops, wrong one.
Hillbilly Kobe.
I hate it when they said that, man. I hate that.
All right, and then who'd you want? Who did you want from Philly?
For Buddy Hill and Miles Turner.
Huh?
Why you want Miles Turner?
Well, hold on. Okay, Freddie. So now you're talking about
though.
Indy. Now you're talking about Indy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't we need a versatile big, Jonathan?
So you wanted Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. That's it?
Whoever else to make the contract work. I mean,
I was about to say you don't need to because Buddy Hield's
You
at
want
22.
that? You want that over Kyrie?
I'm just saying, Brooklyn talking about they planning on going like the Lakers need to stop playing this waiting game.
I love that
we did
trade.
this with Carmelo back in the day. Wait for him, wait, and then look what happened. We got stuck with Luol Deng and Timothy Mozgov.
Are they waiting for Kawhi
I love
Leonard
that trade.
They waiting for Kawhi Leonard too to make his decision.
Yeah, but guess what? We ain't waiting until the training camp to find out who's gonna be on our roster.
I think the Miles Turner issue is, they already made their decision when they let whatchamacallit go to Sacramento that Miles is here to stay. I don't think y'all getting him.
I've been seeing rumbles that they want to trade him.
Miles and Buddy Hield with AD and LeBron. I love it.
Hell, I'll be okay to let Bron play point guard again this year. Just put shooters around him. It'd be better than
top
Russ.
4 out east.
It'd be better than Russ, I'll tell you that.
Nah, bro. Russ won an MVP a few years ago. You gotta respect him.
please.
You gotta respect
That man's
him.
a walking
Just like
triple-double.
Kyrie Irving said, the earth is flat.
Facts. We gotta let that go. So
He's
what?
a walking triple-double machine. He's a walking turnover machine.
I'm just saying, bro. Respect him, bro. Y'all mad childish, bro. You gotta respect
Top
him,
5 point guard. Top 5
Bro,
point guard.
he's a top 5 player. Respect him.
See, Jonathan, you better glad I'm not in LA because I will go to the
Debate your mom.
cryptoarena.com and I will demand to go off the Genie bus and shake some damn sense into her.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I don't know why Lakers fans haven't started rioting yet. Honestly,
because it's basketball. Trust me, I'm gonna put it to you out there, bro. Once they start rioting, every Lakers fan finna die. Every Lakers fan finna die. Bro.
I'm just saying, bro, we need a change. Why haven't y'all started demanding a change down there?
So what you're saying, Freddie, is the 2020 bubble championship is not enough. Was not.
No. You damn right it's not enough. You damn right it's not enough. One championship is not enough.
Oof.
And
Talk
Ron,
about
I'm
ungrateful Lakers fan.
I just flash out. What's wrong with me?
So,
what's
if
up?
Boston would have
I
won
ain't
the
seen a
championship this
champion.
year, if Boston would have won the championship this year, would that one be enough for you?
Hold that thought real quick. Damian says, to be fair with Russ, he did put up 50 points in Washington before he went to the Lakers. Okay.
That's
what jersey
nice.
is he wearing?
Okay, that's nice.
What jersey is he wearing? AP says, so I have to wait until 2027 to draft. That's 5 years of waiting. Backs, go holler at the Clippers and let me know how they feel about that. Key says, what's up, Freddie and Ron, Jonathan, Pride? What up, Key? Look, I'm putting it to you this way, bro. What year are we in right now? 2022.
22.
I am 24, about to be 25. Okay. I am still milking that 08 championship. So you ain't telling me nothing about if Vaughn is good enough because I've been milking that 2008 championship for as long as I can remember.
But I ain't had it since 83. I know.
Now let me preface this by saying this. The reason why I've been okay with it is because we have at the least been relevant. The bare minimum, we've been in playoff contention for the most part. You know, a few years it was rough. You know, we had another Eastern Conference appearance. We went to one more finals, right? All that stuff. So I do see where Freddie's coming from, Ron, to the extent of if we're not going to win, fine, whatever. If we're not going to win the title, fine. At the bare minimum, can you be over 500? At the bare minimum, can you be a quality team? Freddie, am I in the ballpark? Or are you really saying, now we want chips?
I agree, but Pride, when you talk about Lakers, one championship, that's cute. We talk about 2, 3 peats. That's what we talk about, multiple championships. And this front office has not put this team in the right position to win multiple championships. When you gave up that big package for Anthony Davis, that was saying we going all in for multiple championships, not just one.
Okay, I get it. I mean, I ain't even gonna lie. I get where you're coming from. You know, I'm not mad at you for saying that at all. You know, I do understand where you're coming from, but I don't know. I just feel like, you know, they put themselves in that situation. You know?
Yeah, and now they're screwed, and now they just got to deal with it now.
100%.
Yeah, they gotta roll with the punches for real.
Yeah, there ain't no rolling with those punches, dog. Y'all get knocked out
before it even gets started.
But the only way they can save them is they go out and get a Kyrie Irving. That can save a lot of the stuff.
No. That's only half of it. You got to get Kyrie Irving and get rid of Russ.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if it's a Kyrie deal, Russ can be gone.
Man, all these older players
in tandem, and then after that, I think we all agree here. They then have to look at AD and say, "All right, bro,
it's all on you now."
It's like we got rid of Russ. You on the verge of being next. Because yeah, Russ was the biggest problem. Russ was the biggest problem.
Hell, I'll trade AD and Westbrook for Kyrie and AD.
Sure. If that's, I remember that was being said in the beginning. The Nets didn't want AD, from what I understand, because of his injury history. Because they're like, look, bro, we're already dealing with Ben Simmons. All right, get out of here if you think we're dealing with him and AD. But I don't know, man. It's hilarious. I don't feel bad though. Hold on. But trip back over. You're a 2 young guy. Yeah, because now people are saying Ayton, Bridges, and picks is what you would, you know, that's your ideal package to get Kevin Durant. You get 2 young guys on long-term deals who rank at the top of their high leverage positions, and you load up on picks for the post KD CP3 KD era for the Suns. But
I'd rather have Scotty Barnes.
But the thing is, bro, it's like leverage. And that right there is honestly the problem.
With Brooklyn's winning.
They have all the leverage in the world. They have all the leverage in the world. Like KD can, matter of fact, KD can say, I want to go straight up. I want to go to Phoenix. That's the only team I'll go to. With 4 years on your contract?
We'll talk about that in your 3rd year.
No 4th year option. No ability to block a trade.
Right. So he has to do all that. So, well, before we hop off, Key says, Pride, how you feel about Brogdon coming to Boston? I love it. We basically got rid of one pick that we weren't even going to use anyway because we're in a win now situation, and we got rid of players that the highest minutes that the player with the highest minutes on that trade was Daniel Tice, and we really only used them in spurts, especially when the deeper we got in the playoffs, the less minutes he got. All that for Malcolm Brogdon, a guy who can run the offense. So my starting lineup is going to be Brogdon, Smart, put Brown at the 3, Jason Tatum at the 4, and either Robert Williams or Al Horford at the 5. Shoot.
If Brogdon stays healthy, we can all look forward to watching the Celtics in the championship again. But he won't.
And here's I think he will and the only reason why I think he won't.
Gordon Hayward 2.0.
That's disrespectful. I ain't going that far. I just think it's a situation because when Gordon Hayward was here, he was a pivotal part of the offense. Brogdon coming here, he's more like a role player.
The fact that y'all stole Brogdon, man, you gotta love the Celtics.
Bro, we thieves, bro.
Like you said, we've been competitive and playoff competitors for the past, you can say, 2 decades. And that's what separates y'all from the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Danny Ainge.
Yes, Danny Ainge and now Brad Stevens.
Despite how much I hate all of y'all guts.
He said what now?
I said despite how much I hate all of y'all guts.
I know.
All of Boston.
This is hilarious, bro. This is adorable.
Yeah. I wish the Sixers could have swooped in on that Brogdon deal. I'm jealous. That's envy. I would have gave up Harris for Brogdon easily. I was about to give him up for Russ.
Well, here's the thing: you would have that wouldn't work because of the contracts.
You said it wouldn't have.
Nah, Brogdon doesn't make as much as it has to be probably Brogdon and Turner, or Brogdon and Buddy Hield.
Embiid needs a backup, so we can make any trade work in the NBA.
I mean, true.
For the most part.
You can. Oh man.
But I like Philly getting involved in this. What do you need for Donovan Mitchell trade talks? But I don't think Utah. I think Utah's going to try to build around him.
Bro, well, it's going to be very interesting. But we're going to talk about that whole Donovan Mitchell stuff tomorrow because
yes, sir.
That one's going to be a good one. Freddie, thank you for being on. Ron, Jonathan, appreciate you guys being here. It is your boy Pride.
Appreciate you.
Here. Yes, sir.
We'll Jonathan, you said you was coming for a quick second. You stayed the whole last hour.
I did. I really did. Hey, time flies, when you're having fun.
Yes, sir. But yeah, appreciate you guys being here. We'll be back here tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, be safe.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we're making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.